what a shot from Kirika, taking that off the ceiling, underneath the ball, and straight down the middle.
Oh, there it is, out of the blue!
2 seconds left on the clock and the Joker finds something out of nothing!
Now, that pass from Shadow was immaculate, playing it straight down center. He just had to get a touch, and it's all he needed.
Sonic has a chance, it's an open net if he sees it. Looking for the shot downfield, goes into the corner, Kilogram! He gets the goal!
They're just in front of the net. Nuke barely keeps it out there, dies on the goal line. The last shot, it finds it through. Entity gonna pick it up.
This is week 9 of League Play in RSC Season 3, our most consequential stream of League Play so far. It all comes down to this. So many things to be decided over tonight and over the next couple of days. And we're going to bring as many of them to you as possible. But first up, let's talk about our sponsors. We have 2 sponsors this season. You've been hearing about them all season long. Nexa giving us the cash for the prize pool. Huge shout out to Nexa for contributing to Community Rocket League, the biggest community league in all of Africa. And then our broadcast sponsors, Genesis Extreme, making sure we bring so much of the action to you. So shout out to Genesis Extreme. And then remember, we have a Season 3 t-shirt. You're running out of time to place your order. Orders are going to close after playoffs next Thursday. So you've got just a week to get your order in. Then we will go to print. And those who ordered will get one. And remember, the 3 people with the highest number of channel points by the end of the season, by the end of Master Playoffs next week, will also get themselves a t-shirt. And where are we? We are right here. You see it up on your screen. We have charged our way through 8 weeks of League Play. We're coming to the back end of week 9, the last week of League Play will be ending on Sunday. We're bringing 4 series to you tonight. And let's look at what this all means in terms of the standings. Now, this is the overall franchise standings. And a lot of games on play. So who will finish top? Which franchise gets the glory? That's all part of what's being decided right here and right now. But let's look at tonight. What is going on tonight? We have 4 series to bring you. You see them up there on the calendar. First up, we have a rival match. Jax versus Nightfall. Kings versus Merum in Master. Then back to rival. Climbers versus Viola. And then Elite Queens versus Montbelliard. And all of these are consequential matches. All of these to determine who will be in playoffs, who will have to go through play-ins to make the playoffs, and who will be eliminated. All of that being decided right here on stream tonight. And for our first series, we're going to have our first lot of casters. Rhino casts the Bromeo. Bromeo, here we are. And I think in no small measure, thanks to our sponsors, by the time we got to the final week of League Play in Season 2, you and I were hanging by a thread, but it feels much better this season.
It definitely does. Last time we were absolute toast. At least we could be enthusiastic now. And look, it's been 9 solid weeks of Rocket League in this RSC Season 3. And you're right, this is the final week. Next week, we have playoffs. So everything is on the line. Every game counts, and I couldn't be more excited for it.
And then all of the games tonight, Rhino, very consequential. Our first game, rivals, Jacks, who are currently 7th, versus Nightfall, who are 9th. And I mean, look, it's a real outside chance Nightfall could still make play-ins. Jacks, who are just outside, are pretty much going to need, and that's my team. I'll be playing a couple of games out there. We pretty much looking to sweep to pretty much guarantee ourselves a play-in spot.
Yeah, and that's on the docket for both of these teams tonight. Of course, Shadow Nightfall 3 game wins away from those play-ins from 5th CS, so a lot on the line, still mathematically possible. They need to put their best foot forward tonight.
Mathematically possible is doing a lot of heavy lifting.
It's doing a lot of lifting.
Gentlemen,
Yeah,
I'll leave it to you. I'm going to get myself ready. Rhino, Bromeo, take it away.
I couldn't be more excited for this right now. It is Jax versus Nightfall. And like you guys just discussed, Jax have a chance to get in and get in well. And now's their chance to do it. And they've been on stream a couple of times this season, so nerves shouldn't be getting their way, but this could be their most important game yet.
It's week 9, Romeo. Every game that's happening this week is the most important game of the season. Here you see the standings, and this is where we can talk about exactly what I mentioned earlier. Nightfall, 9th position on 12 wins. They are only 3 away from 5th place, so there is still work for them to do, but they could still get up into those play-ins if they get a sweep tonight. And if they do, as far as I know, Bromeo, that would completely take Jax out of play-ins contention. So there is a lot on the line. Jax must win minimum of 1 game here.
Well, you see 3 teams are currently sitting on that 15-point mark. Jax are currently in 7th, just outside playoff contention. So they are going to want to win convincingly, because a win from either of those other 15-point teams will put them through. They'll be relying on the likes of Jezereza, Enda, and Stacy Jax to put them through tonight. I know Greybeard is sitting here in the hosting desk, so I don't think he's playing. But they'll definitely be fancying their chances.
You never know, Bromeo. Sometimes he likes to throw in that curveball. He likes to just make his way onto the field, and he did say he needed to get ready before he left, so there's a chance that he is taking the field. But either way, this Dynasty Jack side, the mission is very clear, Bromeo. They must win by as many as they possibly can, because the 2 teams that are above them, Gelfie and Broforce, they are playing against teams who are a little bit further down, although Bravo Force, they have Prolific, which is going to be a tough game later on. And here you see the team that stand in their way tonight. It's Shadow Nightfall, as Wavy, Cherry, Killer, and Gids. A combination of those 4 players will take to the field, Bromeo. And Shadow, a storied franchise across the RSC, not really been their season so far in Rival. They could really do some damage to the Jack's chance of qualification tonight if they show up.
They definitely could. And one interesting point to make is generally at this time of the season, a lot of the reserve games will need to be played, because people forget that it's a 4-man squad. So I'm hoping Shadow Esports have played their sub games so that they can field the strongest team possible for tonight to make sure that they at least put up the biggest fight possible, because mathematically Shadow Esports can make it, but if they don't, they want to make it as hard as possible for Dynasty Jax.
And this is it. This is what Shadow want to do. They want to frustrate. They want to upset the apple cart by any means necessary. Hey, if we can't get to the play-ins, we're going to stop you from getting to the play-ins. That has to be the mindset, but we are getting onto the field for Dynasty Jax versus Shadow Nightfall. Game 1 is coming up very shortly, and here we go.
Well, you see Jax in the blue and Nightfall in the red, and straight away pressure by Jax. They're going to want to start this off solidly, because their entire season rests on it. Shut off, and there we go. Wavy scores straight away.
It's going to be an early goal for Wavy. Here we go. Not the best defense there from the Jacks. And Nightfall, they take the goal. I think I've seen that Mutchuk is playing for Shadow Nightfall as well, which is not something I was expected to be seeing tonight. Here comes Mutchuk, the European import, but he won't get much further there as Shadow try and get a second goal.
It's very good to see the GM Mutts of Shadow Esports and of the entire RSC League putting foot forward. You haven't seen him much this season, but in this last game, maybe he's needed to make the difference here. Shot coming off, Jezereza in the air, gonna try and get it in, and he does. And there's the equalizer 40 seconds in.
Didn't take long as Fluid just goes by, but Jezereza will be able to get that one off the backboard. Land it right in the goal, and that one is going to be a very nice equalizer for the side of Jax, as it will now be a case of, can Jax take that momentum they've just gained, start to work it forwards. Ender's going to take this forwards, will be pushed away by Killer Code. Fluid collecting on that far side, Jezereza inside. There's a chance for Stacy, but we'll just get the demo instead. Ender now plays this one across. Stacy will collect once more. Killer Code moves forwards, looking to get the reset. Does do so, but just misreads where that ball's going to end up. And it will be down to Jax once again to try and make something happen in the offensive end.
I like the way this game has started. There's immediate pressure from both sides as Stacy tries to get it in and gets the bounce. It's on the line, but cleared by Mutts. And immediate drama, and that's what we want from this game. It's the final game of the season. I want to see guns blazing.
That is what is happening. Demos on demos. Ender getting another one. 3 minutes 25 left on the clock. Ender trying to get something moving for his team. Now, inside. It's nice work. Jezereza tries to get up there. Doesn't need to. And it will be a goal scored by Ender, the captain. That one's flicked over the top of Mutts. Jezza tries to get up. Can't do so. And it's not quite going to be saved there by Shadow. And Dynasty Jax, it was a rocky start, but they've fought back already and are leading 2-1.
That was an unfortunate save attempt by Killer Code. He got faked out on the shot there, and just the simplest of lobs allowed him to make it through, and that takes them up 2-1 in a very closely contested game. As we see Wavy taking a shot here, but saved away by Jezereza. Stacy Jax now putting it through to the mid, but I'm enjoying the way both sides are like holding nothing back currently. Usually game one is about testing defenses. This game is about testing every single gun they have in their arsenal. Now, Jezereza going to try and pass across through, gets it down, but nobody there to receive. Ender takes it to the corner and trying to steal that boost. Couldn't get the touch. It's a little bit dangerous right now. Shot coming off by Jezza straight back into the corner. Can he get the shot across? He could get the pass. What a demo by Killer Code.
Yeah, Killer by name, Killer by nature, as now he starts looking for the pass across. Mutchuk's going to be there. Just flicked over the bar by Jezereza. As now Killer Code will just let this one happen. Fluid off the backboard. That one will waterfall. Can he read it off the ground? Yes, he can. And it was difficult for Dynasty Jax to get anywhere near that ball, because once it goes into that top corner, it's so difficult to figure out where that's going to end up. And it falls very kindly to Fluid, who will get the goal to get the equalizer for Shadow Nightfall.
That's possibly the worst position you want to be in. I hate those waterfalls. It comes straight down and then it's a lottery in front of goal. And I know Nightfall are going to want to avoid that going forward, but almost quick shot there. There we go. Wavy responds very quickly. And just like that, Nightfall are up.
And it's sometimes just that quick. I mean, Dynasty Jax turned the game around early after being 1-0 down. They came back to lead 2-1. Now, all of a sudden, it's Nightfall who fight back. They were 2-1 down, and now they lead 3-2. It's going to be cleared away by Jezereza, playing on the Jax. It's now back in from Jezza. He wins that 50. Killer drops it down. There's a chance here for Stacy! And there is going to be the equalizer already. I think the defenses are asleep, Bromeo. They've not woken up for the game. It is go, go, go. Offense, offense, offense. 3-3.
6 goals in the game so far, and we've still got a minute and a half to go. Mutt's trying desperately to stop that goal going in. Got the bump, but couldn't stop the shot. Jezza a little bit awkward here. Couldn't get the shot off, though, Mutts. And with everything tie right now, I don't think any team is going to slow down. Wavy getting the touch across. Stacy challenging, though. And I think there's going to be something special happening because they're going to try and outscore each other because they're definitely not outsaving each other. Shot off. Can he make the stop? No, he can't. And Killer Code with that something special.
It is indeed something special. Captain Killer makes this one all about Shadow Nightfall, and this is a devastating turn of events for the Dynasty Jacks. They needed to win this by as many games as possible to really give themselves the best chance of play-ins. If they do not win this in a sweep, it will be down to other teams, down to other results to get them into next week. Goes over the top, it will be cleared away by Jacks. They've now been given their correct colors, thankfully. Stacy moves it forwards. It's now missed by Killer Code. And I thought I saw someone go into the goal there, but they didn't come out again, Bromeo.
So Stacy getting the touchdown, Ender with the fake, and it's 4 goals apiece now. 8 goals in game number 1, and we still got a minute left on the clock. This is absolutely mental. Cheating could be a kickoff goal. Can he get there in time? Hits the crossbar, but immediate pressure. Ender caught a little bit awkward. Wavy now going to try and start that cross, trying to pass off, puts it down to Mutts. Mutts takes the shot, but it hits the top. Can he get the... Oh my gosh, that was so close. And this is absolutely wild. 30 seconds left.
The classic Bromeo scream coming through there as we start to tick down with 20 seconds left on the clock. It's a big pinch downfield. Picked up by Stacy, moves it forwards. It's back in from Mutts. Now back from Ender. Fluid looking for that far corner, maybe just trying to keep it away from the Dynasty Jacks. Wanting to take this to overtime could be the play. He moves down the field, flicked up into the middle. Jez is awkward, and Ender won't get there before it does touch the ground. And Bromeo, all square, means overtime.
Overtime, game 1, 4 goals apiece. In what game do you score 4 goals and it still goes to overtime? This is going to be one crack over series. Here we go, passing pass, couldn't get there, hits the crossbar. That would have been the play of the game if they'd landed it. Now Ender trying to get it through, manages to get into the corner. Jezza now with the touch, but gets tackled in the corner, and it looks like Mutts and Nightfall have cleared the danger as they force it back. Wavy trying to get the shot across, but Ender with the clear.
Yeah, it's Ender again, just keeping this moving forwards for the Jacks. Looks to get the ball inside. It's cleared away by Shadow for the moment, and Fluid will have all the time in the world, has a lot of boost as well. Will look for the dunk, but it's cleared away by Ender right on the goal line. Back in from Mutts, but he can't find the angle. 50 seconds gone in overtime. This game is finally poised. Both teams want to win it. Both teams realistically need to win it. This ball goes off the ceiling. It's a chance now for Fluid to clear. Will be met by Stacy. Won't get bumped. Jez is there. Pushes it into the corner. Stacy back inside. Hit by Mutts for the moment, but waiting there is Jezza off the backboard. Needs a second man. Nothing doing for Dynasty Jacks.
I'd love to see Wavy's fuel bill at the end of this one because I don't think I've seen him on the floor once. He is an aerial menace right now. Ender with the touch, but Wavy again in the air to compete and contest. And it's turned into a real midfield battle right now as we're looking 1 minute 30 into this overtime. But shot coming straight off. Wavy couldn't make the save, but saved by the post. My gosh, was that close.
The woodwork is sometimes the best defender you can have, and it proved it there for Shadow. We've played almost 2 minutes of overtime. Nothing to separate these teams right now, and if that doesn't tell you we've got a series on our hands, I don't know what will. Jezza over into the side. We'll probably wait for a teammate to come through, and it's going to be Ender looking for that top corner. It's going to go wide. Picked up by Stacy, back across. Ender trying to be a menace, trying to get some bumps and demos. Hang on a moment. Mutts might have a chance here. Backflips from Jezza. Cleared away by Stacy. Fluid just about gets enough on that, but it's pushed forward still by Ender, and it's real jockeying for position in the midfield. As you said, Bromeo, neither side able to win that midfield duel. At the moment, that is meaning that we still are playing game number 1, 2.5 minutes after the 0 seconds were ticked down.
or early shot off there. Killer Code managing to get the clear. He's going to try an opportunistic strike, but doesn't get there in time. And again, that midfield duel continues. And what's amazing is that in the 5 minutes preceding this, you saw 8 goals. In the 3 minutes after it, we haven't seen one yet. But Killer Code taking the shots, top bins. He ends that duel right here, right now.
And it had to be, didn't it? He's been so good all game. Killer Code, top left-hand corner, pick that one out. Good shot placement, wonderful work from Shadow. Nightfall. They really needed to win this, as I said. Nothing other than a sweep would do for them tonight. Well, they have started very well on that journey. And there you see Fluid getting the MVP, but Killer Code and Mutchuk right there with him. A fantastic supporting cast. Lots of work for Dynasty Jax to do.
Well, Wavy getting that deserved MVP. He got a hat trick there, and off 7 shots, that is really, really well done. But you can see by the amount of shots taken, 11 on the Jax side, 14 by Shadow, that this was not a game about defense at all.
No, it wasn't, and we might... okay, no worries. I was... Sorry. I read a message earlier that I thought there was going to be something. There wasn't. It's fine. As we move on to game number 2. And Bromeo, again, every game that goes by, the importance, it feels like, grows for both of these teams. As Nightfall keep winning, they need to keep winning. They need to keep putting that pedal to the metal. As Jax continue to lose, they need to find at least a game, at least something to bring them up into that play-ins bracket, to at least give them some hope watching the other games happening later this week. So who needs game 2 more, I guess, is my question.
Well, game 2 is on the way, and if either of these teams want to stand the chance, they need to break the opponent's mentals here, because both teams scored 4 goals during regulation time. Defense wasn't solid. They're both riding high on confidence. They both feel they can do this. But at the end of the day, only one team is making it through up against the crossbar, and Wavy gets it out.
Yeah, it's back in, though, from Stacey, and this is more aggression from Dynasty Jax. They do end up back down the field, so Jezza now trying to move his right-hand side. It's put into the middle for Shadow, and the defense comes through as Wavy taken out of the play. Stacey, I think, looks for a ceiling pinch there. Oh my goodness, Jezza! He's forced his way through. Told the entire team of Shadow Nightfall to get on the weight. Dynasty Jax needed something in the start of this game too to cling on to, some kind of momentum. They've got it now, Bromeo.
Well, that's all the momentum they'll need. They've got the first goal in just under a minute. They've got time to extend it if they can. That was a very fortuitous dunk on the Nightfall player, and there we go, just like that. Shadow, Killer Code responds.
The code indeed does respond. It's not like my code that I write at work, as this one comes through right into the middle of the goal, and it is 1-1 Shadow Nightfall. They had to come back from a deficit in game number 1. Did so exceptionally well. Now doing so again here in game number 2. They are proving that their mental very strong indeed. Mutz misreading that one, but still has the time and place to move over to that left-hand side. Jezza will collect off the backboard. Needs help. Needs the third-man press from Ender. Does come, but now that opens up their back line. Ball into the middle, and it's just awkward for Mutz. It comes off that bottom corner, and that is an unfortunate bounce for him. There's a chance for a counter-attack. Dynasty Jax moving back down the field. Pushed away by Wavy, and this game is so open, Bromeo. Both teams wanting to go all-out attack. Either team wanting to sit back and defend, and there's Jezza coming through, beating 2, scoring the second.
I've seen Mutz trying to hold down this ball just to slow it down a bit, but there we go. Straight on the counter before they could reset, and that goal was an absolute clanger, and I'm pretty sure you're going to see it more. This series is not about defense at all, as another shot comes across, but Wavy there to make the stop. Gets bumped though, so you won't see any cool aerials from him just yet. But Killer Code still playing the faking game, playing the waiting game, trying to pass this through across. One defender to beat, but Jezza patient, gets the clear. Now it's his turn to attack. Oh, that could be good. Just off a challenge, Jezza Reza gets that goal.
This is where Dynasty Jax, they start to take charge, and it's a pinch off of Mutchuk. Wavy just cannot get across the goal line. So close to getting there. Just doesn't happen. And the pinch through, the 50 played from Jax. Sometimes you got to take those risks. That risk paid off as now Ender down the left-hand side looking to continue to pile on the misery onto Shadow Nightfall, but they won't go down easily. That's a nice bump off the backboard. Needs help. Pushed away, and a demo through onto Wavy, as if to say, how dare you even try that kind of play, Shadow Nightfall. Jax will force them back once more.
I see that Jax have been putting in the demos today. That last demo got them out of certain trouble, and now Killer Code getting the demo and Stacy Jax to say no, two can play that game, and I'm here for it. I love to see a good demo, and maybe that's what's needed to break up these attacks, as twice now these have been defensive demos, and that's a very important thing to see, is that you can, an offensive demo is one thing, killing the goalkeeper is a demo to do this, but killing your striker is something else entirely. Is almost a shot coming across here by Killer Code, but they will reset this attack, try it again, and Jezza looking like he got the clear.
Yeah, and that's a nice drop down from Wavy. Not going to find much there, as much as this one back across. Ender away from Jack's side. This one back in from Killer Code, looking to follow in his pass. Oh my goodness. So close to doing so, Killer Code. It feels like he needs to do it all himself. He's not really looking for those passing plays with his teammates. That's a bit of a concern in my book, as Stacy tries to get across. Wavy, big clearance. Mutz tries to get the redirect. It's a nice try. Nothing will come of it. Wavy, big pinch. Will fall to Mutz. We'll try and drop this down. It will be followed in by Wavy. And Shadow Nightfall, just when you think they're down and out, they still have something to say about this game too.
I feel like that was a pass from Mutz. I'm going to believe that is a pass, because what a play was that? Fantastic response by Shadow. They've been camping the Jax goal for what feels like forever now, and now they've reduced the deficit to 1 goal, back into the comfort zone, but they need one more, and they've got a minute left.
Which is plenty of time, especially when goals have been so free-flowing in this series. Oh my goodness, that one a little bit dangerous across the face of the Nightfall goal. It will come to nothing. A demo onto the goalkeeper. There it is, Wavy. Now it's Jezza, pass inside. It's a good block there from Mutz to keep Shadow 1 goal away. It's now Wavy down the left-hand side. Bounces up a little bit. One once again, this time by Killer Code. Well inside, Ender tries to clear, won't find it. Mutchuk into the corner. Looking for a teammate. Jezza won't get back in time. The pass back is a little bit behind his teammates, but Killer might have a chance here. Ball into the midfield. Mutchuk can't read it. There's a chance, but it's not on target, and that might be the last chance Shadow Nightfall gets to tie this game up.
Just like that, they get it, but Wavy with the big clear. He's going to let Killer Code chase this, passes it forward. If a fortuitous bounce comes in, they can get this. They've still got 1 or 2 seconds to make this count. It just cannot touch the floor, but looks like that might just end it right there, as Jax will be happy to take this in response. They've got their 1 point now. That puts them above the 15, but they're not done yet, I'm sure.
No, they are not. 1-1 after 2 games is a fascinating scoreline, certainly for the neutral, and I'm sure it's even more fascinating for the likes of Unitox, Gelfi, Critical Force, Broforce, and Redirect Momentum as well, all vying for those final 2 play-in spots. They will be pleased to see both teams dropping at least a game here, as Shadow and Dynasty play very, very close indeed. But look at those demos. 7 demos on the game from Dynasty Jax. They stepped up their aggression in game 2.
And Stacy Jax causing 4 of those. There was definitely a halftime chat. I'm pretty sure Greybeard is in there right now telling them to get those bumps in. And I would actually love some Greybeard reacts right now because he must be on the edge of his seat. This is an incredibly close game. Both teams have come out to play, and even by the time we've hit game 3, it's still level pegging, and only 1 goal in regulation separates them.
Yeah, remember, as always in RSC, I mean, if you're watching this, you know the situation, but I'm going to tell you, if you're new here, we play all 4 games no matter what happens. So this game could go to a draw, which, to be honest, kind of be the worst case scenario for both of these teams, but it's going to be Shadow to get the first goal, and Wavy making waves early in game 3.
Well, it seems like Wavy is making them waves indeed with that shot. Not quite getting the touch that he wanted, but that bounce confusing the defense, confusing Jax, and just getting that goal. It's all you need. Doesn't matter how you did it, it's how you get it. And Stacy now gonna try and put it straight back in, keep the pressure up, because they cannot let this game get away from them. Jax have everything to lose from this. Nightfall know they're not in for a slim chance, but Jax will still be fancying theirs, and they want to make this count. If they drop another game, it is not going to look good for their chances. Shot coming off by Mutchuck. What a clanger.
That is a clanger. That is wonderful. The AGM stepping up. Third man press. 2 Shadow players already deep in the Jax half. That is a dangerous play at the best of times. Mutchuck makes it work, finds that bottom left-hand corner. Gets things going for Shadow Nightfall as they find a 2-goal lead, and that has been very hard to come by in this series. Of course, Jax were 3-1 up in game number 2, but Nightfall had still scored by that point. They went 1-1, but hang on a moment, there's a chance here! Ender scoring that one! You are being treated to an absolute rival masterclass tonight. That 2-goal lead did not last long.
What a pass. I'm not even sure if that was intended as a pass like we saw earlier, but Ender putting in that angle and making it classy as hell. What a shot there to bring Jax back within 1 and keeping their contention hopes alive here. Wavy trying to get the shot across, but what a response. Ender again.
It's the captain who's at the double. And it's exceptional both times. High in the sky, just below the crossbar. Give that man some time and the ball in the air and watch the magic happen. Dynasty Jax back in the game after some heroics from Ender. Killer Code looking to get things back on track for Shadow. Cleared away by Jezza for the moment. Wavy into the corner. Cleared away by Ender for the moment, but going to be a chance now for Mutchuck to try and intercept. Stacy does very well. Jezza to that side. Killer Code just touches it down, tries to get past Jezza again, wins the 50, still moving forward, still got a bit of boost off the backboard. Wavy in the middle. Oh, it's a nice shot. It's an even better save. Stacy gets up and prevents this scoreline from getting worse for the Jax.
Wavy playing the defensive game very deep, and good thing he was. That was almost certainly in. What a touch there. Ender couldn't keep it down, but almost a shot there from Jezza. Can you get more dramatic than that? That should have been sunk. That will be called a missed opportunity, and Jax will be ruining it as they attempt to take this one further ahead. Pressure immediately by Nightfall. They want to keep this out of their own half because both teams are deadly on the counter. Shot coming across, another one from deep hits the bar. And this is setting itself up for a classic Rhino.
Yeah, shots everywhere. And this game is super tight, super close. Both teams will believe they are the better side. Stacy intercepting that one. Cleared away by Ender, who's been so good on a hat trick. This one pushed to the side by Killer Code. Oh, that's awkward, but Wavy gets there, and now Killer Code has some time into the corner. Ball will find its way across, met by Stacy. Killer Code is going to go up for that one. Does find it too. Looking to follow it in, but Mutt's going to be able to get there. Wavy deceived by the oncoming Jax side. Nothing that he can't handle into the corner. Jezza into the middle. Oh my goodness, Stacy! Near post gets the smallest of touches, but that's all it needed as this ball rolled across the goal line. Stacey just gets their bonnet on it, and it falls into the middle of the goal. Jax 2-0 down to 3-2 up.
What a response. And now Nightfall are going to want to do something about it straight off the bat, though. Ender with the reset, and he gets the goal. And just like that, they're 2 goals up.
Yeah, they are, and that's Ender's hat-trick, and what a way to do it, too. Gets the reset. Bit of a flick. Just nestling under the crossbar as well. He loves that angle. As now, Dynasty Jax, they take a 2-goal lead. Shadow Nightfall, well, after scoring those first 2 early goals, they've been pretty much kept quiet by this Dynasty Jax side. Wavy onto the left. Trying to get this one into the middle. Will be dealt with by Stacey, and we'll have to deal with it somehow. Now Wavy tries to play the 50 with Jezza. Mutz will take it. Has Killer Code inside. Killer goes by, but Mutz still has possession. Doesn't have any boost, though. We'll try and find Wavy on the far side. Stacey gets the clear, and Jax don't really need to score any more goals, Bromeo. They're 2 goals to the good. They might do now if that one finds its home. Killer Code taking a speculative shot. Not going to find its way into the net. 4-2 still the score with 1:20 left.
Oh, the pressure that's being applied. Nightfall especially, but Stacey, Jax, then Ender, then Jezza have all been mounting these aerial attacks. The attacks have been coming from high and hits the crossbar, but again hits the crossbar. The drama is unending, but Wavy gets them out of trouble and gets demoed for his efforts. And now this looks like an open goal, and that's what you get when you overextend. And Dynasty Jax are now up with 5.
The problem is they needed to overextend, though, as we know it to be true. When you're 2 goals behind, there's a minute on the clock. You really don't have that long in threes to get those 2 goals back. So you have to make a couple of sacrifices. You have to be a little bit more aggressive. It's exactly what Shadow were, and they paid the price for it. Ball across. Ender quite getting that one as he would have liked. That's a lovely shot from Wavy. Met, but though, by Stacey as this ball is cleared across to the other side. Wavy will collect. 30 seconds drops down on the clock. Killer Code might have a chance here, just goes by, and that pretty much sums up the last 3 minutes for Shadow Nightfall. They've had some good chances, just not been able to take them.
Those are some missed opportunities. Wavy on the backboard, and he's pretty much owned that back boost and backboard the whole game. And putting shot after shot, he just needs to play this through. Mutz, can he do it? Tries to fake it, but not quite there. Couldn't get the control, but yeah, I do respect that.
Yeah, he went for the play, went for the fake, and sometimes they come off and you look like a god. Sometimes they don't come off and you look a little bit silly, and that's what's happened there for Mutz, unfortunately. But there you see it, Dynasty Jax taking the victory 5-2. They made it relatively simple in the end. They have locked in minimum of a draw, but look at the bottom right of your screen. Field domination, exactly 50-50. Shadow were just as much in this game as Dynasty were. They just couldn't make their pressure work as much for them as Dynasty could.
And if you have a look at your bottom left, boost consumption, I think, what's that? 26 boost difference. That's two small pad difference. And that could, it just comes down to missed opportunities. When your possession is the same, your consumption is the same, where does it count? And Ender, with his 4 goals, was the difference maker there. He was absolutely clinical.
Both captains have really stepped up tonight, of course. Ender for the Jackson, Killer Code on the side of Nightfall, both playing incredibly well. But Ender, that hat-trick was really something special, going up to find that ball every single time. And the angles that he was finding as well from those elevated positions, really, really impressive. Just nestling under the crossbar. Difficult skill to master. But, well, we'll talk about Master a little bit later. But for Rival right now, it's quite impressive skill to see. And if he keeps doing that, Jax, they're going to stake their claim for those play-ins right now, right here.
Well, Jax with 2-game wins now, and Shadow with everything to show for it so far. I can back either side to take this through. Jax will want that next win, though. They want to cement their place in playoffs. Even though we don't have results from the other games, you'd feel a 3-1 win should be enough. But
I think so.
It's too close to call. So this game number 4 is going to be electric.
It is. We are just waiting on that game number 4 to get underway. We don't really know if there's been a technical issue or whatever, but we will continue to break down what we have seen so far. And actually, I've got some very, very sad news, Bromeo. With that second game loss, Shadow Nightfall officially out of the running for play-ins for Rival Tier. They had to win minimum of 3-1. They've not been able to get the job done. They've had, honestly, not a terrible season based on where they are in the league. Any other tier, they might have been able to sneak in with the situation that they've had. Not going to happen this season, though, and unfortunately, we will not be seeing them next week.
Well, that is unfortunate, but it was a long shot, and it's just a testament to how competitive RSC Season 3 has been, especially in your middle tiers, Rival and Elite. Rival, this is a game about getting into playoffs. It is about 7th versus 9th, and both of them stood a mathematical chance of getting in. Dynasty Jax still do, depending on how both other teams fare. When we see the results eventually, they could have done enough, but they will want to do more tonight. They will be seeking out that 3-1 victory, because the stronger they finish now, the better it is for their chances in the long run.
Yeah, for sure. And that's exactly where they want to be, right? You want to get as high a seed as possible in those play-ins. Get yourself an easier draw if you possibly can. With Unitox playing against Fort Templar at this same time, actually. The game is happening right now. It will be very interesting to see what the result of that was. You would expect Gelfi to take out Fort Templar with the way that they have been playing so far this season. However, that might not happen. There are a lot of things that happen on the final week that we don't expect, Bromeo. So Jax still gonna want to win this final game. Shadow gonna want to win it for that little bit of pride. Get a draw on the way out and start rebuilding. Looking forward to the next season. But either way, it's pride or play-ins for these teams, and that's a very difficult spot to be in at the moment, because you've got that momentum. You've got both teams wanting to win. And that's where we're seeing this fantastic level of gameplay, this fantastic Rocket League, where it's attack all the time. It's just go, go, go. Smash mouth in your face Rocket League, and that's what we love to see.
Well, it's funny how it's only when it comes down to the line do you see such attacking Rocket League. I've been told that the DQ timer is running. One of the teams are missing a player, and they are just seeking a replacement. We will find out more details as time goes on, but that is where we are sitting currently. It would be a terrible, terrible way to go down in the final game of the season, to send it out to an FF, because no team wants that at this point. Shadow might not have the chance to make play-ins, but they've had a very, very good showing of it so far. Jax, however, if they get the forfeit, depending on whichever one this way goes, that could be season ending. So the drama behind the scenes is almost as hectic as the drama on the field. And what a way to start this final week of league play.
Yeah, sure is. As you said there, it would be such a shame for this game to end this way. We hear one of the teams are waiting for a reserve player, so we hope that is able to come online. We hope that we are able to see this series out as it should be seen out, with a game number 4. However, unfortunately, there are rules in place for this kind of thing. There are situations that unfortunately do arise. If that DQ timer does tick down to 0 seconds and the player's not here, unfortunately, that rule, and we are being told we are down to 1 minute, 60 seconds for that final player to join the server. Shame that it had to be this way, but Bromeo, we might not get that game.
I really, really hope we don't. And if all else comes to it, if both teams agree to it, they can run a 2v2. But that would be an interesting way to try and take that one through, especially. So I can't see teams agreeing to that. But hell, would it be entertainment?
Oh, Wavy putting in chat, this guy's power just went out. I don't know whether that was Mutz or Killer, but it seems like that's the situation as there's been a power outage. And there's nothing you can do about that, Bromeo, unfortunately. There really isn't. You've just, it's a shame that it's happened. It's happened more times than you would think. Power outages, they do occur, and so...
Yeah, they do occur more often than most, especially in this lovely republic of ours. And we've been very blessed to not have to worry about such things for quite a while, because you wouldn't know this, but for the last couple of seasons, we've had to, play our fixtures depending on when our lights are on. So it seems now they are going to do a 3v2. It is the player on Shadow who's missing here, because it's Matsak, Wavy, Killer Code, and he was so instrumental in the last game. This is going to be tough. Let's hope that they can put up a good fight, and if they do manage to come away with a victory 3v2, the aura would be immense.
Yeah, the going out with a 2v3 victory would be crazy. I'm not convinced it will happen here today, but I'm ready to be surprised, Bromeo. I'm ready to be wrong. Let's find out if that is the case, as Ender now gets a bump there. This one starts making its way down. Jezza stood up, cleared away by Wavy for the moment, and Ender back in off the backboard, and it's an own goal, and that's not the way you want to start a 2v.
I was going to say that is the positioning there is pretty interesting, and Mutz unfortunately not getting the touch he wanted, and straight back into his own net. And here's an interesting fact about Mutz. He actually became a general manager and started the RSC when he got too good at Rocket League. So there is a chance here, as Jezareza gets another goal in, that Mutz will return to his Super Saiyan glory. But right now, Jax are hedging all of their bets. They are making sure that they get as many goals in as possible before that happens.
I mean, listen, yeah, game difference could be huge. Could become the end of the season, right? Like, it could be a real deciding factor. The offense from Jax has not been the best, and their defense is one of the worst of the entire group who are trying to get into play-ins right now. So bolstering that goal difference is really going to make a difference. It's really going to be important for them as we push forwards into these deciding games for the play-ins. Want to score as many as they can, and they don't want to let that many in. It's a nice shot from Wavy, dealt with there. The Jax for the moment, but Wavy's going to get another chance. Should be dealt with by Endo. Oh, that's not a bit great clearance. And the goal back for Shadow Darkness, and they've been gifted that one.
They have indeed. Now, just the shot, the control by Wavy to put it in top right. They've returned within a goal, and we have a game on our hands. And I've just noticed now, Mutz is not playing with the standard Octane. He is not playing with the standard Fennec Chat. If you can tell us which card he is playing with, I would love to know. I think it's the Jaeger. I can't be sure because his color scheme is out of control right now.
It is. Certainly is, as this ball gets cleared downfield. Might be on target, it won't matter. Wavy pushes to the side, gets demoed for his trouble. Ender working back towards his own net, and maybe, just maybe, the momentum has gone from the Jax. Maybe they think this is not a serious issue. They might, I mean, it's understandable not to be taking it seriously when you're in a 3v2, but think about the context of the season, think about the context of the play-ins. The way you could bolster your goal differential here is, well, it's not going to be matched. You know, there's going to be very few other teams who get this opportunity, who get the chance to pad their stats like this. But Shadow Nightfall, they are really putting up some solid defense right now, some solid prevention of Jax scoring, and 2.5 minutes gone. They're only 2-1 up of the Jax, so I think Nightfall are going to take this.
Oh, it is tough because the third man would have been great to have right there, but we haven't mentioned the pressure that comes from a 3v2, because if you bottle a 3v2, you will never live it down. Everybody will remember that time in the last week of league play that you went 3v2 and couldn't clutch it through. And that pressure alone is enough to cause some issues. So it's the added pressure of performing in a 3v2 versus a very solid defense now by Mutz and Wavy that could cause some problems. And there we go, Mutz getting the touch that he needed to get them out of jail, and now they're on the attack. Wavy will pick up that boost, try and get into the corner. He's going to wait for the counter. Can he get the touch? He gets the shot, and there we go! The equalizer by Wavy. Shadow Esports is still in the game.
They are, with a minute and a half left, and Wavy gets beyond 2. And Jax need to make sure this doesn't get out of hand. Jax need to make sure they still go on and get this victory, because, well, if they don't, they are going to be wondering what might have been, especially since they are on the same number of game wins, as I said, as Gelfi and Bravo Force, and they both have currently better goal differences. So it's all going to be about who is able to get the more wins on the day. And if all Jax can manage is a draw against this Shadow Nightfall side, well, their chances of getting to play-ins drastically diminish. But Stacey understands the assignment, goes for goal, looks for the follow-up, looks for the second touch, but we'll just go for the boost steal instead. This ball makes its way out to midfield. Ender has to get around 1, but can't get around Wavy. Jezza trying to play it back inside.
No.
Cuts it down. There's no one back. And it will be Dynasty Jax taking the 3rd goal of the game. There,
Just a little bit of control was all that was needed, and Mutz got bumped. And how devious was that by Jax? They want to make sure they take this. They're not taking any chances. His Royal Highness Machuk getting bumped to the corner, but he might get a kickoff goal, and almost there. And immediately looking for a response. They need to play somewhat defensively, being 3v2. But this is not the way they've been playing. Can get the touch, pass across. They're both going to double commit for this. They're both going to stay on the ball. They've got 25 seconds to get this one back. And oh no, it is on the return. Wavy getting back in time. 15 seconds to go. Can he get the touch? And you got to feel Jax are going to be fancying their chances here. They just need to maintain possession. Jezza putting the touch across, and there we go. That is mission accomplished by Dynasty Jax.
They made it a little bit more difficult than potentially it could or should have been. But either way, a 4-2 victory in this game number 4, 3v2, is going to be enough. And that is going to be everything done for the series. Jax will win it 3-1 in the end. And they will stake their claim to getting into those play-ins against those teams I mentioned earlier. This ball now just stays up for a little bit longer. Want to get this ball on the ground. We got places to be, boys. Come on. You know, no one's going to get anything from this. We just need this ball to land, and it will be a goal for Jezza Reza at the end. Maybe there will be a +1 goal difference at the end, but I doubt it. Either way, they've got that goal for the road. So Dynasty Jax, 5-2 winners, and weirdly, not for the first time this series. I believe it was game 2 that or was it game 3 that they also won 5-2? It was one of them.
It was one of those games where the score just ran away at the end. It was a lot more competitive than the final scoreline suggests. And I see Killercode in chat ruining the chance. He was showing great support. Very unlucky. Power issues are always not a fun way to end a game. So very well played to Dynasty Jax. Jezza Reza claiming the MVP for this game. But what a game it was.
Yeah, let's have a look back at some of those highlights. Early goals here as that finish. Technically a double touch. We'll allow it as that one comes down. And now goal for Shadow here. It was a lovely put down. Top left corner found. As we keep looking through these highlights, Bromeo. It's something a little bit different here on the RSC SSA Twitch channel, but I think it's a good change nonetheless as we take a trip down memory lane from that series. And Driftwoods feels like a long time ago at this point.
Well, I just know Wavy from the bow tie. He has been scoring some immaculate goals. That shot off there was incredible by Killicode, I think it was. And this is before we saw the return of Ender in the mid-game. And some of the goals are going to be on a highlight reel for sure. The touchdown there by Mutz, finished by Wavy. That was incredible.
Yeah, it was. Keep looking through. I think this is game 2 now. Is this one? Oh, what an angle that was. That one is definitely an Ender special. So now this ball will be found once again. Yeah, this is the Ender hat-trick game. He continues to find those aerial balls. Here's his third.
This is when he gets the reset.
The reset, yeah, lovely.
Little baby touch, that's all he needed, and it was a fantastic goal. And I love to see how many times Wavy featured in that. But Jezza Reza with the series MVP, 8 goals in that series, 3 assists, 4 saves, and curiously, no demos.
Yeah, the rest of his team were doing the demos, it seems, as Dynasty Jacks. They were very aggressive, but yeah, I think it was mainly Stacy who was being particularly aggressive. We'll see here 18 demos on the series for Dynasty Jacks, and none the way of Jezza Reza.
That just means between the other 2 players, they got 9 demos apiece. That is huge. They came out aggressive, and considering there were very little demos in game number 1 or game number 4, all of those were in game number 2 and 3. So massive showing by Dynasty Jacks. Congratulations to them for this 3-1 victory. It has been an absolute fantastic start to this evening of Rocket League. But let's move this forward. Let's say hi. How are we feeling, Greybeard, on that win?
Yo, I'm feeling this is great news for us. So I'm very happy with the result. Unfortunate with the last game and the fact that they had to 2v3 it, and big up to them for doing it. But it's a little rough. But I'm looking forward now to having a little conversation with the team captain, Mr. Ender, who I'm going to have a chat with now. And Ender, my first question for you is, so how come I got the bench? Why wasn't I good enough to be out there?
Oh, well, David. I mean, I think we're just saving you for the final. We're just resting you out.
No, to be fair, you guys were on a roll, so I was quite happy to leave you to do the work. It was looking good, but outstanding performance. I mean, you've now given yourself the best possible chance of making it into play-ins.
Yeah, I'm really proud. It was going a bit rough adapting to our new player, Jezza Reza, when unfortunately Complex had to leave. But I think we really did well to scrim, to practice, and we adapted well to fit with each other. And I'm really proud of our result.
And I mean, it's been a little bit of a rough middle of the season because our top player was Complex. And he couldn't finish out the season, so we had to bring in Jezza late. So it was a bit disruptive there, but considering all of that, I think we've gotten ourselves into a great spot.
Yes. I mean, now we just wait and see. Hopefully, we make playoffs, but I think we have a pretty good shot at making it.
I think we will be there, which means we'll be playing Tuesday night. So we'll have to play, if assuming everything else goes our way, we'll have to play a play-ins and win that, and then we're into the semi-finals. And there are some very strong teams. I mean, we're going to have to lift things up a little bit if we make it through play-ins into the playoffs to face one of those 2 top teams.
Yeah, definitely. I do think we aren't at the level of, say, the top 2 teams. I mean, teams like Viola just have like incredible speed. So there's going to have to be a lot of replay reviews, a lot of coaching. We're going to have to improve for the playoffs. But I think we can make it happen.
I have great confidence, but great performance, well done. And you've also given the franchise overall a little bit of a boost, a much needed boost.
Yeah.
So well done to you, Stacey and Jezza Reza. Well played.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Ender.
Cheers.
Well, there we have it. We heard from Ender. I didn't get a chance to redeem myself, Rhino, on my last two stream appearances have been pretty abysmal, and I was hoping to become a hero tonight, but very happy with how they played.
Hey, you're a hero not on the field, Greybeard, okay? You're a hero in the booth, and that's perfectly fine with me. But yeah, I really liked the way that Ender spoke there, and it really was Ender's game today. He played incredibly well, so yeah, can't argue too much about that. And some people will get that reference.
And do you know what makes me sad, Rhino, is that I haven't thought about it until now, but I'm enormously happy that you did and brought it up. It was indeed Ender's game. He had a banger of a game in the middle there. All right, well, that concludes game number 1, and now it is series number 2, and we go from rival all the way up to master. And man, oh man, isn't this an important game coming up?
Oh, it is absolutely smashing. Seed 1 versus Seed 2 currently going into the final week. Romeo should be an absolute smash of a game.
I'm really, really excited to see this one through. And what's interesting to see is that DSQ is currently leading the chat vote by a huge margin to take this game. And it could be just somebody burning all of their points on their favorite team. But honestly, if you want that t-shirt, it's got to be a better showing than that. This is going to be a close one, so it should be contested on both sides of it. As you can see, in top position, DSQ Merim against second position, Dynasty Kings. They've both played 32, and there is one game separating them. DSQ Merim 122 to Kings 21. So whoever wins this game should finish out top. Only, I think, a tie will allow Alpha Force to claim that top spot, but they truly are fighting at this point in time for that nice little ease off straight into playoffs. They don't want to play play-ins. They don't want to play that extra game. They just want to rock up on finals day and win it. So this is one for the record books. Whoever wins now guarantees their spot in the top 2. You can see the team here now for Dynasty Kings: Tweak, Happy Meal, Mark, and Olympic. I'd be interested to see who they bring to the table, but they have been on top of things this season.
They have 0 losses, just tells you exactly all you need to know about both of these teams. But for Dynasty Kings, it's been a measure of consistency. 4 victories and 4 ties. They continue to impress week on week, and they have it in their mental, they have it in their brains to not get a loss. Even when they're behind in a series, whenever they look in trouble, they see it through. They have the ice, they're able to pull it out, and that is exactly where they will want to be come play-ins. But DSQ Esports, a lot can be said for them as well. 5 victories, 3 draws, 0 losses as well. Zeph, Gold Ninja, Jeff, and Arid. Another fantastic team. And it's very interesting to me, Romeo, at the moment, that neither of these two teams have the best offense in the league. They're not the highest goal scorers, but they do have the best defenses in the league by a fair distance. So it will be the battle of the walls today.
I think this is an interesting point, is that they might not have the most potent offense, but they're both in the top 2. This is the 9th week of RSC Season 3, and this is the first time these two teams are facing off against each other, and neither has lost so far. So what does that mean in the greater scheme of things is that either it's going to be a draw tonight, or one of these teams is going to lose for the first time, and that will be absolute cinema.
It will be absolute cinema, and we will get very, very excited if and when that does happen, for sure. Also have to remember that Alpha Force are knocking on the door. 20 wins, 12 game losses. They are waiting to take the spot of either team who slips up tonight. You do not want to walk out of here with any fewer than 2 game wins. Otherwise, you are going to be looking over your shoulder going into the final games to be played this week. So very interesting. And DSQ and Dynasty, they are going to be at the top of their game tonight in order to confirm their spot in those playoffs next week.
Well, here we go. It is almost time. This is the master game of the season. It is top 1 versus top 2. And here we are right now getting this game on the show. Who will take it through? Is it going to be DSQ Merim, or is it going to be the Dynasty foes? So let's see. Kick off straight away. And what a treat we're in for tonight, Rhino.
Yeah, absolutely. Tweaking looking for this one. Backboard, no double touches. Found Happy Meal to follow. Bottom left-hand corner. We start things hot. 7 seconds on the clock. And Happy Meal finds the first goal for the Kings.
And just like that, Dynasty is on the board. And just like their rival compatriots, they like scoring early and getting on the board. Now, Gold Ninja going to take possession, but stolen again by Happy Meal. He was fancying himself a quick little brace there. Now, Zeph with a shot across, but immediately they're going to try and settle things down. Gold Ninja not getting the touch, but keeps it on the side of Kings. And the ball is now loose, and they're going to reset.
Yeah, and it will be Jeff now. Looking to play this one downfield, goes low, takes it past one, but Happy Meal's right there on the spot. Zeph down that right-hand side, has Jeff further downfield. Happy Meal inside, it's awkward. Gold Ninja looking for a teammate, cleared by Olympic. We'll now look for this one moving forwards, off the ceiling, off the backboard. Chance goal! Tweaking will find the second one for Dynasty Kings. DSQ Esports shell-shocked in the first minute of game 1.
Just like the thunder showers in Johannesburg right now, Dynasty have come out like lightning. They are 2-0 up and not even a minute is posted on the clock yet. And Merim is going to be a little bit worried that they conceded so fast. As you were saying there, Rhino, this is the 2 top defensive teams in the league, as we might see a double here. And very close shot coming across again, and Merim are in disarray.
Yeah, absolutely. Their defense I really expected to be a little more cleaner than this, as Zephyr's pushed forwards that touch too far. This one comes off the backboard again, cleared away by Gold Ninja. Jeff gets to take it forwards. Gold Ninja up on that right hand side, wins the 50, gets a nice half flip, but cleared away by Tweaking again. Now he will try and play this one. It's up for Gold Ninja. Off the backboard. It will waterfall somewhat, or what do I know about Rocket League apparently, as this one goes down the line, and it's very messy at the moment, Bromeo. Neither of these teams really latching on to possession. That's a nice play from Olympic. It will be cut out by Jeff.
And Zeph making sure that didn't make its way through. Jeff with the touch, but Olympic is going to get back in time to stop that. Gold Ninja with the pass, but what a cutout there by Happy Meal. Can he get the double in?
Oh,
and wow, saved by Tweaks off the line for almost a certain response by DSQ Merim.
Yeah, and now Gold Ninja looks to play this back. It's a nice pass. Tweaking just about gets there. The boost as well, but Jeff is there, gets bumped away. Big clearance for Kings, and there's no one back in defense for DSQ. Is this initial signs of panic for DSQ right now, Bromeo?
I don't think so. I think this is just an absolute blitz by Dynasty Kings. They knew they were going to have to come out firing, and firing they have. And with only half the game gone, they've scored 3 goals. They'll be fancying their chances now. They're doing it all for the mentals, as Jeff gets the backboard touch. Can he sink it? And what a save by Olympic. Definitely putting in his work now as the pressure continues. And Olympic is going to do his best to get it cleared now. An awkward touch there by Jeff. Now Tweaking with a full tank of boost. Couldn't do anything with it, but the pressure is still there. Happy Meal now getting the touch. Tweaks putting it through, and DSQ have been very, very under pressure so far this game.
Really have. That's told by those 3 goals for Dynasty Kings, as Jeff into the corner. Happy Meal steals the boost off his friend, but if he scores, it's not going to make a difference. Into the left-hand side, tries to get the ball across. Will find it to the back post. No second man press comes through from Dynasty Kings. That ball is up from Olympic. Gets the reset, wanted to go low. Zeph denies him. Gets a nice reset himself, but it's not on target, and this ball will be cleared back to halfway. Jeff across the field. Gold Ninja not going to press on that one. Now it's going to be Tweaking, dropping this one down. Olympic moving forwards. Cleared away by Jeff there, and DSQ They're desperately trying to build something, but playing that kind of boom ball style, Bromeo, just is not going to cut the mustard.
It's not going to cut it indeed. It won't even cut the tomato sauce at this point. Gold Ninja trying to slow it down, gets the touch, but I feel like Kings are throwing everything at this defense right now. They've kept their shape. Olympic with a mistouch there. Can it be capitalized on?
Oh!
Saved by Happy Meal. And very, very close there to being a goal for DSQ, but miraculously kept out as now in a foot race to stop it going into the DSQ net. But recovered well, and Jeff now going to try and take it through. Happy Meal with the block though.
Yeah, and this one's going to go back. It's hit away by Happy Meal once more, and 45 seconds left on the clock. These two teams are so high level, but even at this level, it's so difficult to score. Oh, tweaking, proving me wrong immediately. That one comes off the ceiling beautifully, and this shot placement needs to be studied. Top right-hand corner does it just enough so that it bounces down into the middle of the goal. 4-0 to Dynasty Kings, and they did not come here tonight to mess around. They're making a statement.
They really are. 30 seconds left on the clock. 4 goals scored. The first 3 were for the win. And I feel like that last one was for emotional damage, as they'll want to carry this momentum through into the second game of this evening. This is just game 1. So 4 goals and 0 to show is a very, very good start for Dynasty Kings. And they're not looking like they're stopping here. But Jeff gonna try and get it through. Puts it to the corner. Couldn't get the touch right. Jeff now couldn't get the touch either, and it looks like they're going to let this one hit, and that might just be it.
Oh.
Jeff almost getting there, almost had words in my mouth, but there we go. That is a 4-0 win to Dynasty Kings, and what a start for them.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed as well. Settle into the series. When you come into this kind of series as the second seed, need to make sure that your opponents respect you, and that's exactly what they have done. 1 game guaranteed, which already puts them 2 games above above Alpha Force. So they're going to be feeling pretty good about their chances of getting through into the playoffs as well. However, there is still a lot of work to do. You can see here every single metric that possibly could be in the favor of Dynasty Kings is in their favor. A very, very impressive showing in game 1. They made DSQ Meram really consider just how much they want to be in this game in week 9, because it's not a nice position to be in.
Definitely not. And Dynasty Kings might be second on the table, but they came out on top in game number 1, and they're going to seek to do more damage as this game goes on. And Happy Meal leading from the front with those 2 goals. He's been immense this season, and we saw it in RLCS. He's really turned from that support character into a leading attack player, and you're seeing it some more in this RSC Season 3. So it is an absolute treat so far. We still have 3 games to go. And second game number 2 is going to start right now, and it is now upon DSQ Meram to reply.
Is Happy Meal once again taking the ball early, and the one good thing for DSQ Meram is it's back to 0-0. We are back level, and they can start again. Demo onto Zeph though. It's going to start to get in the head, you would think, of the DSQ side. Ball across near post. Tweaking can't get there. Ball off the ceiling, back in again, not quite gonna find the touch. Happy Meal pushes forwards. This is a very aggressive Dynasty Kings side. They are really deep into the DSQ half. Maybe it'll work as well. No, Tweaking sees the danger, starts reversing, but oh my goodness, he misread that one. Was lucky Happy Meal was back in time. Olympic tries to take it forward. Across to the far side, Jeff off the ceiling, but with almost a minute gone. Remember, Dynasty were 2-0 up after the first minute in game 1. Been a better start from DSQ.
It has been indeed, and interesting. We've just been shown the stats from the prediction. 60% of you believe Kings are going to take this game, and honestly, that is really interesting given the fact that it has been so close this season, and only 1 game, not even 1 series, 1 game separated them to begin. It is now 2 games. And shot coming off by Happy Meal hits the crossbar. That was intentional by the looks. Passes Tweaks, and Happy Meal couldn't get the touch, but the pressure and the intent is definitely showing by Dynasty Kings right now as they keep piling in shot and pass and cross. Happy Meal with the reset, couldn't get the touch though, and Jeff trying to get it out. It's a little bit awkward. Tweaks putting through the pass, but Zeph is all over it.
Yeah, and Gold Ninja now looking for something for DSQ. That one might fall to him. He just misses wide. Did a second touch on target, and that one does not find its home as this one clears away. Happy Meal to Olympic. Tries to get it into the middle, but no one is up. And that's awkward in the back lines for Dynasty Kings, and those communications just about online. But that was very touch and go for a moment. Tweaks tries to get this one. Not going to find it. Olympic to the middle. Happy Meal's on that far side. Not somewhere where DSQ wants to send that ball. Happy Meal looking for the double, but not going to read it in time. Zeph will bring this one away for DSQ once more.
Well, this DSQ team is 2/3 of the RLCS Bird roster with Gold Ninja and Zeph, complemented by Jeff. This is truly top-class Rocket League that we're seeing right now. And now, after 3 minutes gone, we haven't seen a goal yet. I think Kings had scored 3 by this point in the first game. So whatever DSQ is doing, they're doing it well. They have nullified the Kings' attack so far in this game, but that doesn't mean they're going to give up just yet. Tweaks putting the shot in, and Happy Meal, all he needs to do is sink one, but he can't, and Jeff gets the clear.
Yeah, the clearance made as now Gold Ninja will leave that one for Zeph. Looks for the top corner, but it's heroically saved. Dynasty Kings once more. This one now starting to move forwards. Gold Ninja down to his teammate. Back to Zeph. Will have a chance. Waits on it. Gold Ninja back post. Turns on it sharply. And DSQ Merrim have been able to nullify the Dynasty Kings side. And they now have a goal to show for it. 1-0 to DSQ. They are back.
Man, that pass by Zeph and the assist needs to be studied. He committed 2 Dynasty Kings defenders to that, forced the double, and all it was just a simple doink over the top. It looks far simpler than it was, and it's sometimes little acts like that that change a game completely, because everyone is trying to be as clinical as possible, keep their rotations tight, and in a game of small margins, that missed the goal by a small margin, as Jeff now, with a little bit of control, puts it into the corner, hoping for a favorable bounce. It's now up in the middle, but Gold Ninja not there in time to capitalize. But DSQ are now all over the attack. They've scored their 1 goal, and they are tasting more.
Yeah, as Jeff now brings this forwards, gets the reset, goes low, dealt with by Happy Meal for the moment, had to get the second touch and does. Boost to speak of, so he's going to try and play those 50s, does get a bump, it's not enough. No communication though from the DSQ side. Olympic still taking this forwards, wins the 52. Happy Meal will be able to get some boost, but he just misjudges that touch. Let's find it into the middle. One there by Dynasty again. Jeff over to the far side, Olympic onto the right wall as tries to get the clearance. Now Gold Ninja will collect. Happy Meal intercepting, looking to take it forwards off the backboard. Jeff clears it away, and with 12 seconds on the clock, that's gonna be it, you would think. Happy Meal will try and save this one, but he misreads what Jeff wants to do. Jeff finds the goal to give DSQ a way back into the series, 1-1.
I love this. Jeff faked the flick, just pushed it directly under the defense and takes them up to an unassailable 2-goal lead. I say unassailable, but we have seen some stranger things happen. But as the clock winds down, DSQ are going to be very happy with the way they responded this game. Shot almost coming across there by Zeph to an almost certain 3rd goal, but the ball is still up. They're doing this for goal difference now as Zeph taking the aerial attack. He's going to try for the reset, gets the touch, but saved by Happy Meal.
That is going to do it. Dynasty Kings shut out this time. It was 4-0 to them in game number 1. They lose 2-0 in game number 2. That is exactly what Rocket League can do to you. Look at these statistics once again. We're in favor of DSQ. Not quite the whitewash that we saw from Dynasty in game number 1. But either way, DSQ deserving winners in game 2. And now that we're 1-1, now that the teams have greeted each other, shared the how do you do's, Bromeo, where do you see game number 3 going?
Man, I love this, and I love that in real time we can say for certain that DSQ have reclaimed their top spot with this win. So as the series goes, we can let you know where they are on the standings, because there is only one game separating them. So because they are tied now, DSQ has reclaimed the top spot, and it would mean that Dynasty would have to win out the last 2 to make sure that they claim that top spot, because a draw at this point favors DSQ.
It does. It does. With that extra game win from the season, they will be quite happy with a draw for this series, to be honest with you, Bromeo. I mean, they will also guaranteed, if DSQ do get that draw, they will guaranteed lock in playoffs. That is 100%. The only team that could drop down then is the Kings to Alpha Force. So DSQ know the situation. They know what they have to do. Jeff now, if they could win this series, though, that will, of course, be the better outcome. And Zeph comes through, uses Jeff as a T, and finds the bottom left.
So, brilliant goal there. So, I think that is lovely. So, one of the key points I'd love to see is that I think that DSQ will be trying to lock in this game now. They will be excited to make sure that they do not sink another goal this game, because if they do, they've secured their top spot. They just need the game win now, and if they can do it now, the sooner the better.
Yeah, absolutely. You want that that level of knowing what's happening. You want to absolutely have it locked in. Jeff, that's a fantastic save. Tweak will try and get this one, but Zeph clears it out to halfway. Now it's once again into the middle from Zeph to Gold Ninja. Gets the reset. Olympic to get past. Now it's going to be Happy Meal clearing this one away. Zeph turns on it though, and this is DSQ trying just to squeeze Dynasty Kings a little bit, trying to make the pitch smaller for them. Doing a good job of it right now. Olympic into the middle. It's on target, but it doesn't have the pace. Gold Ninja will be able to clear this one back halfway. Finds Jeff on the far side as well. Wants the double. Might find it too. It will be Zeph who comes through and clears. But that there is going to be 2-0 to DSQ Merrim, they have really turned up after that game 1 loss.
Jeff almost there with the double, but luckily Zeph was there to take the bounce. Very good follow-up there by 2 position and making sure they pick up the second goal. So now DSQ are in the prime position here. They're going to want to take this game. And right now they're doing everything right. Only a minute 30 gone, 2 goals up. And now we need a response from Dynasty King. Happy Meal putting it up into their tweaks. Going to try with a shot, but the defense is set and it's going to be a tough nut to crack.
It is. It's Olympic challenging. Just trying to get this one going. Happy Meal will be up for this one. Beats out 2 Merrim players. Be collected by Jeff. Now moves down that side and might start to see Dynasty get a bit desperate. We might start to see a couple of triple commits and over commits from the King's side now, as there's a chance for Happy Meal. Good save by Jeff. Gets right up in the face of the McDonald's meal, as now it's going to be Tweaks dropping this one down. Happy Meal right there, top left. Jeff can't get there in time. And when you need a goal, there is no one else to call on this Dynasty Kings side. He is so consistent at finding important goals. Happy Meal gets on the board, and this is the first time in this series both teams have scored in a game.
That is actually true. What a stat indeed. Happy Meal breaking ground with Dynasty Kings in this game number 3, and now only 1 goal separates the 2 as an early shot comes in by Jeff. Whoa. And there we go, just like that. The lead is now extended again by 2.
Completely undoes the good work, the goal from Happy Meal, as DSQ go right back the other end, get themselves a kickoff goal, and still over half the game left to play though. And if 4 goals can be scored in the first half, then logic would dictate, Bromeo, that 4 goals can be scored in the second half.
That is logic indeed, and the lovely thing about logic is most of the time it can't be denied, but this is Rocket League, and nearly everything about it is illogical at times, as Jeff plays it off the ceiling, tries to get the touch there, but challenged well by Tweaks. Now, Zeph trying to get the touch, Jeff in response, and immediate pressure being put on the corner of Dynasty Kings. They're going to try and put the quick pass through as they maintain middle possession, but shot coming off, and Gold Ninja with the save. They're going to play very hot and fast at this point, as this almost goes wrong for Dynasty Kings. But Happy Meal again with the save.
Yeah, and Jeff just dropping this one down. Zeph to take over onto the left side. Looks to try and get the ball in. Gonna do so. Tweaks, though, not the best touch away. Will be better from Olympic. Gold Ninja takes that one on his bonnet. Gonna leave it for Zeph, but Tweaks will get by. Onto that right-hand side. Tries to find a pass across. There's no one there, though. Happy Meal, no boost. Happy Meal doesn't have any boost. He's not going to really be able to score it, or it's certainly going to be more difficult. Zeph has to take evasive maneuvers there, gets the clearance. Happy Meal across, nothing doing. Dynasty Kings, they're trying to get shots on goal, Bromeo, but they're being met by an absolute purple wall at the other end.
Well, this is how DSQ closes out games. Almost there, though, by Dynasty Kings, but no dice. As Dynasty now tries to put it across. Fantastic challenge there. He just needs a touch, and there we go. Zeph with goal number 4.
Yeah, and that is going to do it pretty much for this game 3. DSQ Merrim. Unless an absolute miracle happens on the side of Dynasty Kings, they will be taking this game 3. They will be taking their second game of this series, and that will mean that they lock in playoffs for next week, not having to play the play-ins. Definitely a benefit for the DSQ side. Left now, Zeph, this one go. It's Tweaks up into the corner now, trying to clear this one away. Gold Ninja across the field. Happy Meal intercepting just about. Jeff try and make this one work. This one goes onto the far side. Olympic into Tweaks. Back in from Zeph. Jeff trying to get the redirect. Olympic is back. There's the second stick down, Bromeo. The fact of the matter is, it's going to be Merrim taking game 3.
And what a manner they have done. 10 seconds left on the clock. Tweaks is going to try and score a response for the goal difference. But honestly, DSQ have looked imperious in this game number 3. They have not looked like taking their the pedal off the metal the entire game. And DSQ secures their shot to take down whoever faces them in the playoffs, because they cannot be knocked down to 3rd position now. They have claimed at least a top 2 spot, but now in game number 4, they're going to go for the throat. They're going to try and secure that top position.
Yeah, they certainly are. And it would be secure if they were to win this game 4 that is coming up just shortly. There is still doubt at the moment, as they drew with Alpha Force earlier this season, and goal difference is very even between Alpha Force and Merrim, surprisingly. So if Alpha Force were to get a sweep in this final week, then they could still be on the same game wins as DSQ if they get the draw in this series. So Dynasty Kings, they could still play spoiler. However, Merrim will not be able to drop down any lower than 2nd, and it would actually be Kings who drop down into 3rd if this match were to go to a draw and Alpha Force were to sweep. So those are your permutations, Bromeo. Kings, they want the best chance. They want to make Alpha Force work for it. In order to do that, they're going to have to win this game 4.
It looks like it indeed. And this is one of those things where Kings will want to get this game in now just to give themselves the best shot in staying in 2nd position, because, like it or not, neither side has known defeat this season. And with a draw, both of them can finish off league play undefeated. So there is still plenty to fight for Dynasty Kings, but DSQ are going to be on the receiving end immediately by Olympic, as it seems the script has been written, as Olympic with a lovely little double puts it underneath Gold Ninja and takes Dynasty up by 1. Only 20
Nice.
seconds on the clock.
Very, very nice shot from Olympic, captain of the Kings. Does come online in game 4, and that's another shot, this time from Happy Meal. It's going to go wide and high, but not by a lot, as this one goes up the sidewall, off the ceiling. Chance for Olympic to get a second. That pass is absolutely exquisite.
Man, what a pass it was. And I just checked the log. I just checked the script. Nowhere does it say a game 4 Olympic brace. And this is coming out just like DSQ have been dominating game number 3. This game number 4 is looking like it's got Kings written all over it. We haven't even seen a minute played. 2 goals scored. And now immediate pressure again. Tweaks is trying to get the touch. Can't get there, but not out of danger yet. Shot through, and Happy Meal takes it to 3.
This is exactly what happened in game number 1, if you'll remember. It was 4-0 to the Kings in the end. And they now lead 3 inside the first minute. DSQ Meram being swept off the field right now by this Dynasty Kings side. And a draw here would at least give them something to work with, something to hang on to as Alpha Force play later this week. Now the ball in field. Tweaks trying to get this one around the side, and all 3 DSQ Meram players in their own net. They're playing a little bit scared right now, I would suggest, as this one comes through. Good shot by Jeff, not going to find the goal. Will hit the post instead. Gold Ninja, though, still has possession, still has boost, and might have a goal. Not quite going to come, as DSQ, they stop playing scared, they start playing aggressive, and it starts working for them.
And I see Gold Ninja demolishing the prolific Olympic. And that's always interesting to see, because I think Olympic leads the demo stats in the league. And when one gets put on him, you know it's always personal. So immediate pressure now. Shot coming down, but Gold Ninja pushes it across, and Tweaks getting the demo on the goal line means DSQ are down 1, and Happy Meal gets their 4th.
Wow. Dynasty Kings making an example of DSQ at the last moment here. And I tell you what, this is going to do their goal difference a world of good if they can hold on to it. They are already, I believe, the best goal difference in the league. Yeah, plus 27. This is going to only improve it if they can make sure that back door stays closed, as Olympic moving around the side. Oh, Arid, by the way, switching in for Zeph. That's not something either of us picked up on, but is exactly what has happened. DSQ bringing in their captain for game number 4, and Bromeo, it's fair to say, hasn't worked out.
Doesn't look like it just
hang
yet, but shut off. They have got 1 back. Look, they've still got 2.5 minutes to go, and as you say, logic dictates if 4 goals can be scored in the first, 4 goals can be scored in the second. So this is not done yet. And I've seen Zephyr in the chat supporting his teammates. Arid now coming through, trying to make the difference here. And Jeff with the shot off couldn't make it, and just out of jail like that. The Meram are going to continue applying pressure again and again.
Yeah, I'm not sure supportive is the word I would use to describe Zeph's message in chat. But either way, he is here watching as Jeff on that left-hand side, looking to go around the world off that corner, back post, chance, Arid scores, and that is going to be a wonderful finish. And DSQ starting to get back into the game, starting to roll now. Olympic couldn't get across, and that is the 4-goal lead cut to 2 by DSQ.
Zeph's support in chat being noticed by Arid, who did not take it lying down, putting in a goal and making sure that his teammates' supportive compliments are realized, as DSQ now picking up 2 unanswered goals. It was looking very ominous for DSQ, but they've pulled it back somewhat. Gold Ninja now very, very deep, waiting for some support, but the demos are now starting to fly. Can he get the double? Jeff with the save.
It's now going to be Happy Meal down the left, tries to get this one across, and oh my goodness, Arid, the best position. That's now Tweaks. Get this one into a position where Kings can score again, because remember, they know they're the ones on the chopping block after this game now. That is locked in. So make it as difficult as possible for Alpha Force to unseat them as that second seed, or even the first seed. Tweaks into the middle. Will be pushed away. Gold Ninja off the sidewall. Jeff to clear. Olympic is all the way back and booms it back down the field. Happy Meal drops it down. Looks for the run of Tweaks. Try and get this one, but Arid beats him there. 1 minute left on the clock. 2 goals the difference. Still doable for the DSQ Merum side, although a big clearance there by Tweaks. Ball onto the ceiling, and it should be cleared by Gold Ninja and Will. 45 seconds for potentially DSQ to give Dynasty Kings their only loss of the season, though it is looking more and more unlikely as the clock ticks down, Bromy.
I see Ender in chat asking who put points on the draw. That would be very interesting indeed, because only 1% of the chat vote went to the draw, which means somebody is taking home a hell of a lot of points. Happy Meal now trying to get the shot across, but stopped by Gold Ninja. 15 seconds left to go, and it looks like Kings are going to be taking this one. And it really does look like both teams now are going to finish off league play undefeated. And what a record that is. One team crazy enough, but 2 teams unbelievable.
And it could be 3 by the end of the week should Alpha Force get a draw or beat Shadow Abyss. Either way, Merum and Kings will finish the season undefeated. There is Dynasty Kings winning game number 4 and locking in the tie for the series. And I have to say, I am very, very surprised more people did not go for the draw in this game. But
honestly, that would be the smart money, and
you would think so, wouldn't you?
I sort of wish I voted right now, because I could really use that t-shirt. But this is a draw, and to be honest, that's exactly how it should have ended. Let's have a quick look at the highlights here as we see some of the early goals and how we got to this point. There were some good ones, but most of them leading from a Happy Meal charge. And what a touch as he gets them in shot after shot.
Love that one. Yeah, it's nice to see these highlights come through. I really like this added to our stream package. Gold Ninja, such an intelligent turn as well. Realizing that there's no defenders back, and that is something that you expect at this master tier. Their awareness of the field. Zeph coming through, and that's... He used Jeff as a tee. Didn't realize we were playing golf, Romeo, but that one was a nice finish.
It was indeed, and I'm really loving these highlights packages, and I think I don't know how we lived without them until now. And you seeing these finishes, top class. Jeff having an absolute screamer of a game as he applied a lot of the pressure. Zeph often being in the number 2 spot to sink them. And overall, incredibly well played by both teams as you see another shot down underneath Gold Ninja. I think that was an Olympic goal. And just fantastic. You see Olympics brace here as he sneaks it past. That pass coming down was immaculate. Love to see it again.
Yeah, and it's going to be Happy Meal again, capitalizing on DSQ defense. There you have it. There is your series MVP. It will be DSQ's Jeff. 3 goals from 11 shots. Not the important stat in front of you, though. It is that 7 saves. On defense, Jeff was a brick wall.
Jeff was immense. 11 shots, 3 goals, not the worst, but we need to have a look at those saves. We need to see the assists and the demos. He was prime first man this evening, and a well-deserved series MVP to Jeff. So let's have a quick look at our post-series stats. You see 2 wins for each. It is a draw. 9 goals to 8, incredibly close. 28 shots to 31. And even the boost stats are incredibly similar. Both of these teams deserve to be in the top spot. And having looked at it now post-series, this is the only way it should and could have ended.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at these stats, so even, so close as field domination and ball possession. It's going to be 52 and 51%. And we bring back in the host for the day. It will be Greybeard back in the booth, and that game had everything that you would want from a Master Tier Seed 1 and 2 series.
So I'm not sure how this works. I mean, Kings were amazing in game 1. They were amazing in game 4. And then in the middle, just couldn't make anything happen. But a draw, given the stakes of this, place 1, place 2, it's probably the best result. And a DSQ do confirm themselves top of the table. They will end RSC Season 3 as the #1 franchise, the #1 team in the master tier. So very, very well played to them, but well fought from Dynasty Kings. And I think, given it's a draw, no clear winner, but given the fact that they are finishing top of the table, I think we will have a chat with Arid from DSQ Miram and see how he feels about how the season has panned out. So Arid, it's been a good season for DSQ Miram. You guys finished top of the table.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really complain. Decided to have a bit of fun at the end. You know, vibes were really good. Sang a bit of Katy Perry, all of us, karaoke before the game, and yeah, decided to do a bit of a victory lap at the end.
So karaoke, is that like a legitimate thing? It doesn't sound like it comes out of a standard coaching manual.
Nah, I think this game, yeah, some of the boys were worried that we might lose first place, but that's why I just try to keep the vibes high, you know. Sang, picked songs and just sang.
And then what happened there with because Kings? I mean, coming out game 1, I thought Kings were gonna take the series comfortably. So game 1 and 4, they're all over it. But in the middle, you guys, Kings struggled to find a net.
Yeah, I mean, notoriously we've always struggled with our game 1s. Like every stream, I think we've lost game 1, which is kind of weird. But then once we like learn how the opponents play and like how to adapt to them really well, then yeah, we're able to beat them. Well, not beat, tie this time.
So next up is playoffs. You're guaranteed there. You go straight through the playoffs. So you've got a semi-final and a final. And it's always a big challenge for teams like yourselves who have dominated all season long. And then it could all come crumbling down with one bad series. So I don't know if is there going to be a meetup, a gathering, a strategy discussion? I mean, talking to Happy Meal, you know, some of the master tier, they kind of show up and just play. But I don't know if you'll approach the playoffs with a bit more strategically.
Again, I think we're just mainly gonna go off like vibes in a way, because as you know, Def, Gold Ninja, we're in a VC with them all day. You know, we talk. I don't think we're going to have a strategic approach. I mean, I don't think we're going to do scrims, because when we ask for scrims, other master teams just say, hey, they don't want to and can't. And then for Zeph and Jeff have been together for a really long time and like really close. So yeah.
Okay. So you're feeling good. How would, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that you close out the season like you have been all during league play?
I'd say about an 8 or a 9. I wouldn't say we had a 10 yet, because, you know, during playoffs you can't really draw, so there has to be a winner. So we might end up losing there, but the way we're playing and like, as I said, like the energy in the VC and everything like that is really good, so I can't complain.
Excellent stuff. Well, congratulations. Banger of a season. Good luck next Thursday for playoffs. And maybe, just maybe, we get to interview you again. But until then, Arid, good luck and see you soon.
Thank you. Goodbye.
All right, there we go. That is Series 2 done and dusted. 2 down, 2 to go, and we've had some shenanigans with the caster roster. So the host is now a caster. The man who is off is now supposed to be off is now being pressed back into duty. So Bromeo, you and I, we go back to rival for another really important game.
I'm really excited to see this one, and in a way, every single game counts. This is Climbers versus Viola, XP versus DSQ, and as with all the games, the stakes have never been higher.
And very similar to the last series, this is places 1 and 2 in the conference for the season. So it's pretty close. But in this case, Climbers 2 behind. So if they want to finish on top, they're going to have to take this 3-1 at minimum.
At the very least, and most of all, they'll want to get the win purely so that they can get ahead of Jawlers, who are just behind them in third. They want to secure their top 2 position. So a win will get them there. A draw, not so much. So again, a first and second place matchup. Everything on the line. They want to secure pole position because that gets you the best seedings and it's the fastest way to glory. So you can see here now for XP Esports, No Maiden, Aoki, Ace, and Durability. So it's going to be interesting who we see today. I wouldn't be surprised to see all 4 of them, given the fact that it's the final game of the season.
And Jura, the man on the rise there, a prospect last season, rival now, probably going to be elite. Maybe even if he keeps grinding the way he has, might find himself in Master by the time Season 4 rolls around. But a very good, very strong roster, and they have every chance, the Climbers, of overcoming Viola. But it's not going to be an easy job. I mean, with Viola's record, out of 8 series so far, they have won 6 of them, drawn 1 of them, and had only 1 loss with Flyaware, Amiru, Chaos, and Divine.
Well, that's a 72% win rate, up from the 66% from XP. So this is going to be another game of very fine margins. It's not as though in the Masters division it was who could knock in the defeat, because neither of those teams have been defeated this season, and they will remain so. In here right now in this Rivals League, both teams have lost. XP have lost twice, I think. But that just comes to show how tight this league has been so far this season in Rival Division. So this is going to be a clash of the Titans. It's amazing that 1 and 2 have left it for the last game of the season. I love to see it. So right here, right now, only one team can take it away. And let's find out who it is.
Are you brave enough for a prediction, Bromeo?
Oh, I'm not brave enough for a prediction, but I am a romantic, and I'm rooting for Climbers to take this one through because they have the most to lose from this game. But immediately, straight off, we're seeing some immediate pressure by Viola. And I don't want that to be a common theme for this game because, there we go, almost there. But Climbers need to make a statement early, so let's hope they do.
Well, they almost did make that statement, but it is cleared away, and the first 30 seconds pass without any major incident. But it is the Climbers on pressure, but they're doing their best to undo that pressure with a couple of attacking whips, which nearly puts them in an awkward position. They survive for now. Viola, for the first time, able to turn things around and get a bit of possession themselves. But not for long, as the Climbers send it long, and will have another opportunity, but they're going to have to save now, and the save is completed.
Amiru going for the dunk. They're not quite getting it. But watch out for Durability this game. He has been mercurial this season. He's only just been promoted to Rival, but he's already made such an impact. Like you said, he might even just skip Elite Division next. As early shot coming across by No Maiden, couldn't quite get there, and tactical backplay there means Durability gets the pass across, and it is a lot less active as it was in other games that we've seen so far. This no goal so far, but almost done there by Durability. No Maiden going to try and get a little touch here, and he does. What a rival goal right there, and very well done by No Maiden.
And I was waiting for you to wrap up your little bit there to talk about Viola's defense. They have the best defensive record in terms of goals conceded. They have the lowest number of goals conceded out of the entire Rivals League. So very hard to score against. But it is the Climbers who find a way. They get the breakthrough, and they deserve that after the pressure. And Amiru kind of lets one go there. And for now, the Climbers hang on to their 1-goal lead, but now they're coming forward. Their pressure has been fantastic, and the finishing almost there. Jura's going to go. He's got no boost, so he's just going to elect for the pass. And I love these short rotations and how they just keep the ball over in the Viola side.
It is immense how they've been managed to keep this through. Shot coming in, but couldn't, and he skies it, hits the crossbar, and now we're going to have a look at Costa. I have to check on who this player is, but Ace getting the shot across, but almost immediately cleared by Viola. You said their defense is the best in the league. Now they've got to put a test on their attack because they are 1 goal down and tried to force his way over, but no dice.
Yeah, that was tight and close. They do survive, and as great as Climbers are doing, and they have been fantastically offensively in this game so far, but honestly, they should have had 3 or 4 goals by now. A couple of whips in front of an open net, and just shots that should have happened that hasn't quite come to pass. They do have the lead, but it's a little thin when it's only 1 goal.
Thin indeed, but like you said, these defensive rotations have been really, really good. And only 1 goal so far, but there we go. The response by Amiru for DSQ means that we're now back on a level slate. It was just a quick break in play, catching them out of position. It looked like a triple commit there for Viola.
You know what? And a little bit slow on defense, the sort of full commit for the ball. And it's unfortunate because, if they'd gotten a touch on it, a save on it, a little more patience with that triple commit, they could have transitioned into attack and had themselves a second goal. But it is now 1 apiece. And I guess that's fitting considering that this is Team 1 and Team 2. But if just going on in-game body language, right now the Climbers seem the hungrier of the two.
Honestly, they do, and they have to be because they've got the most to lose. They don't want a draw here because a draw gains them nothing. They want the security of a win, and they want to see if they can grab out this top spot. They're hungry for it. And you're going to see here, good clear there by Ace. No Maiden getting the touch across, and there we go. Very great counter and very aggressive play there by No Maiden.
I love this. Look at this doink. I mean, the doink and the follow, fantastically done, gets it in. And yeah, you know, a sweep gets them 2 steps forward or 3 steps forward. 3-1 gets them 2 steps forward. And as you say, the draw gets them 2 steps in the same place. They're going to have to defend now. It's Amiru, the goal scorer, the only goal scorer for Viola so far, but he can't finish it up. Flyaway has a hopeful punt toward the net, which comes to naught. And now Ace will go forward. It's on target, and Flyaway rotates back, gets the clear out, but it's once more Climbers. Pressure building. Jura drops it down in front. No one there to follow up. Costa, Ace gets the shot and gets it in. 26 seconds from time.
Well, there we go. XP Climbers making a statement on this game. They are now 2 goals ahead, and I would dare to say it is unassailable, but as we see so many times before, it is very dangerous to make those claims as kickoff straight to durability. Passes it down, couldn't get the touch there, No Maiden, but they have got their tails up now. They want to score as many goals as possible. It seems like they're just going to let it roll in. I'm not sure what Ace was doing there. That was a little bit baffling, to be honest.
Yeah, well, let's see. Maybe he was trying to half flip it, went forward instead of backwards. Whatever happened, it didn't work out. So you said the word unassailable, which is always such a dangerous word to use, because I have choked worse leads in less time.
Oh, we might see it here. It is looking very dangerous. They just need to touch the floor there, and XP survive. And a couple of seconds ago, they have been imperious, and they deserve that win, but DSQ was so close to snatching that one back.
Man, Bromir, you coming out with all the big words tonight. Mercurial. What's the one you just used?
Imperious.
Imperious. There we go. Wonderful word. Imperious and mercurial. So I think a good result, a fair result, given the general run of play there. XP were more on attack. They were the more threatening looking team. DSQ for long periods defending fantastically. I mean, they up until tonight have conceded only 40 goals the whole season. So what's that? Sort of 8-9% of more that they conceded just in that one game. But given how good this DSQ team have been all season, Climbers should not be resting on their laurels.
I doubt any laurels are being rested upon right now. I think those laurels are still in the cupboard where they belong. This is a high-pressure situation. This is a top-of-the-table clash. And how lucky are we that we get to see two top-table matches in our final stream of League Play, where it is all on the line as we now go into game number 2. XP Climbers have taken the dub in the first one. Viola to now respond, hopefully. But by the way it's going, it looks like XP are going to try and take some early.
And yeah, that's the most awkward I've seen Viola look in front of their own goal there. They get away with it, but man, oh man, that's going to rattle them a bit. They've got to take a breath and get themselves reset. Jura trying to get it past via the corner, and he's going to try again. He's following it up. He's got no boost to do anything with it. It's going to leave him out of position, but that's no problem because no Maiden's going to get it in front. It's floating awkwardly in front of the net. Another whiff and a very unconvincing clear. And Viola, man, oh man, they're looking a little fragile.
They are indeed, and what's important to note there is that I think all but the foremost player, who I think was Amiru, had no boost at all. That was some desperate defense there by DSQ, and XP will count themselves a little bit miffed that they didn't come away with a goal there. As you can see now, double commit starting to come in, pressure being shown on both sides. Pass off across here, can he get the shot down? And I'm loving the attacking play, the positioning by XP Climbers so far. They haven't been looking like they're being tested on defense. That's how much their position play is working for them, as we see a shot coming down here, hit the crossbar, but Jura should get it down. No, he misses! But no Maiden.
He left it for no Maiden. He was like, yeah, no, we're going to get no Maiden, some points on the board. Jura jumps over it, but no Maiden is there to clean up. And I'm wondering here from Viola, it looks to me like they're trying to up their pace. I think they're a little bit frustrated with the offensive play here from the Climbers, and they're trying to push the pace, and it's not working for them right now. We see that there, a whiff in front of the net. We've seen the whiffs in defense, and maybe just resort to a little bit more patient and solid Rocket League. Oh, and we see again there. Man, oh man, they've got to get it together. Climbers have got to recognize that they have a huge opportunity, and they have got to push really hard, as they do. No Maiden with the double goal.
No Maiden coming in like a wrecking ball right there. He made sure that he caught the corner on there. And it says it was only 73 kilometers per hour. It looked a lot faster than that. Make no mistake, it doesn't matter what speed it was. That wasn't being stopped. So... and now 2-goal lead to XP Climbers, and make no mistake, they're second on the log. DSQ should fancy themselves favorites here, and XP Climbers are making sure that none of that happens right here and right now.
Oh, well, they're not out of it, of course. If they lose this game, they can still draw the series and lock in their spot in top place. Certainly, oh, there we go. They get one back. Umiru, the goal scorer from last game, opens up for DSQ Viola here in game 2.
I love this. Umiru is actually just doing the boost steal in the corner, and iFlower is like, have this ball, get it in the goal, do it right now. And he was like, on it, got it. And that was a very good response for DSQ Viola, and it shows just how quickly they can score goals if they set their mind and positioning to it.
Yeah, and that might be good for their confidence. God. Oh, that double, my word. Mo Maiden has got liters of confidence coursing through his veins right now. That would have been a glorious way to bring up the hat-trick. It doesn't happen. No Maiden now pops it down in front. It is cleared away, but again, like we have seen all series long, Climbers building pressure. But the only time we see them looking awkward actually is when they're in attack like this. That's when we see them whiffing. We've seen Viola struggling in defense with the whiffs, and there again, another Climbers, they're forcing themselves onto the ball and kind of going a little too quick and not getting there.
I agree with you there. It seems like the errors that XP are making are on attack, but almost there, Chaos not in the right position to capitalize on that open net, and that possibly was their best opportunity to tie it up again, because now with no Maiden still with that absolute tank of confidence that he's been playing with so far, I wouldn't give him any doubt if he gets it back into the DSQ side of things, and he is in possession. So 1 minute left to go. Climbers are leading by 1, and it doesn't look like they're going to relinquish it.
Oh, that's a big miss. And here we go. He's out of boost. Well, he had 8 boosts left, trying to go for the flip reset. He gets dispossessed. And now it's a 1v1 over on the other side. But look at that. Jura closes it down instantly. Doesn't allow any opportunity for a build-up play. And they will get it forward. And now it's 1v1 on the other side. Off the backboard. Nice touch from Amiru into the corner.
Oh, fantastic play there. Viola need to take possession. They need to grab this game by the scruff of the neck. They've only got 30 seconds to do it. Chaos plays it off the ceiling. He needs a touch. Can't get there. Amiru passing it down, getting it the shot across it there. I fly away scores, levels it up. And now, game 2, we might see an overtime.
And I'll tell you this now. If Viola, this is my prediction, if Viola get it together, considering the pressure they've been under, if they can take this game, because it will be a steal. If they take it from here, it will be they have pipped it, and that's going to be in. Surely, no, it's saved. But if they do win this game, I think they take the series 3-1.
That is a very bold prediction. Ooh, shot across there. Team effort.
Oh.
Can he get the shot across the rods? My word, that will be miss of the series if they lose it now. They just needed to touch the floor, because right now DSQ are hunting. This is a game to overtime, and both teams were so close to taking it. But early shot off, Amiru gets it in. Can he? And that is one of the quickest overtimes I've seen in a while.
Oh man, this is devastating for Climbers. But you know what? All credit to Viola here to stick with it. They were chasing this game for a good 60 to 70% of the time, but they got the overtime and then take it. And Climbers, they got to sort themselves out when they're going forward. The misses up front, and in particular, 4 seconds before they lost, they had the opportunity right there to finish it off, and they missed.
Man, XP will be ruining that one. They had it in the bag, only to go down 3-2 in overtime. And No Maiden coming in with 631 points. He would have been man of the match. He has been immense, but it is Amiru who claims this MVP this game with his 2 goals, 2 saves, and 1 assist. So all round, very well played. And now it is all tied up.
It's always been a bone of contention for me that from my very, very early days of Rocket League, that you can score the most number of points of anybody in the lobby, but because you're on the losing team, no MVP for you. I've always slightly disagreed with that, because No Maiden had a banger of a game there, and maybe if his teammates had similar, they would have taken that. They really should have taken it, but now they're in the position they really don't want to be, which is in a drawing position, and that does mean they have to come out there, win the next 2. And then I think by head-to-head, that would put them on top, if I'm not mistaken, Bromeo.
I think a draw would definitely have Viola in the lead. Climbers need a win, at least 3-1 to take it. And their early shot, No Maiden pulling up 1 goal, and that's the perfect start for them, to be honest.
And No Maiden continues his little purple run here in the series. And I kind of feel we've spoken Jura up a lot, but he's been a little quiet in the series. Hasn't had the impact that we would have expected from him. And Aoki, is he on for? Has he replaced someone?
I don't recall seeing Aoki early, but wow, Chaos scoring a response, 20 seconds, and this might be just the game where everything opens up.
Oof.
It's just like that.
A little bit of an own goal there. Okay, all things leveled up. Climbers' excellent start is not an excellent start any longer.
Well, as you said, No Maiden with his purple run of form against the team in purple, he has been applying consistent pressure this whole evening, and it would be a pity if he does find himself on the losing side. He is definitely setting himself up for Series MVP.
Yeah, and Aoki is on for ace or
Yes.
Da Costa, so Aoki getting himself a run. The general manager, that's on target, but Amiru has been the most active of the Viola players, both in attack and defense. He's had big clutch saves, and he has been the principal goal scorer so far. And he does again there, and that from Dura, banger of a shot. And if it was Rocket League in rugby, that would have been a converted, a drop kick.
Yeah, that would be a 3 points right there. But this is not rugby, thankfully. We are watching Rocket League right now, and that is currently crossbar territory. And he would have wanted to keep that a little bit down, durability, because they desperately need to break the deadlock. They need to get some sort of comeuppance here, because a draw right now, a draw game, not even a draw series, suits Viola just fine.
Yeah, they'd be quite happy. It is climbers who have to take the initiative, who have to force matters. So Viola, from that perspective, sort of getting the reward of the work they've put in for the season, where they don't have to be overstressing here.
They don't indeed, and they wouldn't even be unhappy with a draw. They'd want to take out some more wins, but a draw would secure them atop of the table. So all of the onus is upon XP Climbers to score, and you can see that in their attacking intent. They're putting in pass after pass, play after play, getting it in, and No Maiden putting in another, not quite getting the touch there though.
Yeah, and you can't... Oh, double commit! They might be in trouble. There's only one back. If Viola can get their turnaround quickly, which they can't, the no boost kind of hampering the efforts to move forward. Dura looking to get it in front. It's floating very awkwardly. Nice follow to get the 50 for the save. But a brief little heart-in-mouth moment, and now a shot on is blocked by Dura.
And we saw 2 early goals, one apiece from XP and DSQ, but in the subsequent minutes, we haven't seen any. It has turned into a bit of a deadlock, and both teams are wanting to get out of it as soon as possible, as now it's looking a little bit open. No Maiden can sink this if he gets the touch, and he does. And there was no doubt about it. He was going to sink that. He is just in red-hot form this evening.
And you said you had no... I mean, that angle, I had plenty doubt about it. I'm amazed at that angle. Fantastic work from No Maiden to get Climbers back out in front.
Well, it was very tight, but by the way that No Maiden has been playing, it could have been on the other side of the field, and I would have backed him to get it in. Durability coming out with some of those mechs. Can they get the touch? That would have been fun, but it seems like they were competing with each other to get that ball into the goal. Demo coming in. Chaos trying to get the clear, but Chaos on the defensive line, and Amiru coming in clutch again.
Dura might have been better to have looked for the pass there. He had a teammate coming in, he could have passed it too, but he went for the direct to goal. Doesn't quite work out, and that's okay for them now, although they're making themselves a bit awkward. No Maiden doing some work in defense now, tidying up for Dura. And they hang on. They've got a minute to hang on here to take game 2, and then they can't do any worse than a draw. And we've belabored the point that that's not what they want. Awkward moment. Nice touch by Aoki into the corner, and they should be able to transition out, unless, of course, okay, everyone's having a go at a whiff.
No Maiden now putting the pass across. Can they get the touch in? Yes, he can. And Durability opens up the checkbook and says, yes, please. No Maiden now contributing in assists, but all round lovely positioning by XP, and they are certainly asserting their dominance on this game number 3.
Good to see Jura. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's his first goal of the series. So finally gets himself on the scoreboard, and if that wakes him up, it could be danger time for Viola. Now, awkwardly in front of the net. No one from Climbers, though, to press the issue at all. And now they've got to defend, and they've only got to defend for 15 seconds. They should have Game 3 in hand and take us to Game 4 in a position where they could take Game 4, which would put them at number 1.
I think that is their best case scenario. They've done enough to win this game number 3. It is just one final game that separates them between DSQ and top of the log. And it is a very fine line. That is 5 minutes of hell that they've got to put themselves through. But No Maiden finally getting the recognition, getting MVP for game number 3 with 2 goals and an assist and 100% shooting right there.
And he makes MVP in this game with 200 points less than he made in the last game. Such are the vagaries of Rocket League. It's up and down. It's wild and crazy. Sometimes you have your best day and still come out last. And some days you feel like you're hanging by a thread. Yet you are the best team on the field. And so XP, they can't lose from here. The worst case is a draw. Viola, though, and keep in mind, it's not, there is a broader battle on the go here. There is the franchise title, and DSQ and Dynasty racing for that top position. And every loss, every win is significant in that race. So they're not just playing for themselves and number 1 in rival, it's also the franchise that they want to make sure moves ahead and solidifies themselves in their first position.
That is completely right, because this is fought on multiple levels, but right here, right now, the only level they're fighting on is the playing field right now, as No Maiden tries to open the book again and get an early goal, but it looks like DSQ are going to get out of jail here early, as Amiru taking possession. Demo there by Amiru, and I just love the way this XP side is playing. They're playing full of confidence and aggression and led by that talismanic No Maiden right now.
Yeah, and they've got to be feeling the more confident of the two teams. But to use a word you've already used tonight, Rocket League can be mercurial, and things change on a dime. There's been a massive demo in front if they can make something happen. But Amiru, who's been, again, the most active player for Viola, is there to make sure it doesn't come to anything dangerous. Great read and great clear around the corner.
And stuck in the corner there yet. This is a good opportunity for DSQ. Chaos is going to try and catch it and take it up the side, but dunked there by Durability to thwart that attack before it even begun. But DSQ are doing a much better job right now of maintaining field pressure. They're putting in the shots into the corner, forcing XP to defend, and more importantly, keeping them away from their own net. That was an unfortunate double commit there. Means No Maiden is going to play a shot through Din. And I can see, almost there. You just needed a good touch.
Yeah, that was a wasted opportunity there. A massive double commit from DSQ put them into huge trouble, but a wayward shot and then a sort of pass to no one kind of broke it down. But this has been a better game for Viola. They haven't allowed the Climbers to spend too much time in attack. They've closed them down quickly, and they've actually moved forward with more purpose than they have. But now, massive demo play, huge demo play, but a great favorable spawn for Viola will mean they can clear it out.
There were demos being put in, and you can see the intent. They're wanting to get it through, and what a shot in! It's, top bins. It almost looked like it was going to hit the corner there. But Durability getting the shot off, and from such a tight angle, and what a shot it was.
Yeah, listen, it certainly looked so much better on the replay. On the replay, it looked like immaculate placement, whereas, as you pointed out, it looked like it almost missed. When it was live, Amiru is a little bit awkward. He does get a touch, which might buy his team some time. It does. And there we go. iFlyAware will get the long clear. And now they've got their forward in numbers. Shoot and score. Chaos will level it up.
And that is the response they were looking for. DSQ is never out of this. They are on top of the log for a reason. Chaos making sure that he ties it up so that they can start looking for that ascendancy. It is looking like a classic on our hands here at the very least. DSQ can secure the draw, but if XP want to make some history, they're going to be seeking the win right here, right now.
Right here, right now. And there we have Viola now, for the first time, have an advantage. They have snuck in front, plenty time left, but we made the point that this has been a better game for them. And yeah, that might be what they need to sort of find a bit of confidence and reassert themselves.
The thing about top of the table clashes is that because both teams are so close, the penchant for a draw is very much there. Now, Climbers are going to want to try and avoid that. They want to secure themselves that top position. They want to secure top 2. And oh no, that was almost massive. Oh.
Well. Oh dear. XP, they've played so well, but it might be slipping through their fingers, and Jura will be devastated. Got the touch, but only to smash it into the crossbar and down into his net.
Well, but DSQ have definitely responded the way they need to, and they've looked a little bit disorganized on attack, but they've landed up with 3 goals to 1. That is no accident. iFlyAware putting the pass in, but Chaos electing to go defense, and rightfully so, as he puts one straight out of the net. So, man, this has so much potential if XP can pull it back, but right now, as it looks, it's aiming for another top of the table draw.
3-1, 1 minute to go. XP are going to have to play twice as hard as they have for most of this game. It's so awkward for them. They've got to get it out of their half. They're struggling to do that at the moment. And Viola seem to have the lock on game 4, which will secure them at the top of the table.
And that is all they are aiming for, I'm sure. Can he get the double in? Very close there by Aoki. And iFlyAware is going to try his luck. Shot straight down the middle, but Amiru is saying, let's try this from another angle. Picked up across, now No Maiden trying to get the touch. But the backboard defense by Amiru is fantastic as always. Fakes everybody out there. And with 15 seconds left to go, it does look like, oh, very close there, that Viola is going to take this game number 4 and draw the series.
A drawn series, which is not great. Well, look, I mean, XP are going to be in playoffs. Or well, maybe not, but certainly they're going to be in play-ins, but this is not how they wanted it to finish.
Definitely not. Last opportunity here to score some goals back, but there it is. DSQ win out game number 4 and draw the series, and that means everything stays on the log as it is for now. iFlyAware coming away with that MVP. It'll be interesting to see who pins the series MVP in this drawn game. My bets would be No Maiden, but like you said, GB, Amiru was immense.
Yeah, having a good, and No Maiden had a great series, and there we see opening there, and that was just the first of many great goals to come from No Maiden. And here we have Amiru getting in on the action, and if there was an MVP for Viola, I do think it would be Amiru. He was doing a lot of work on both sides of the pitch.
Well, looking at these shots come across, iFlyAware played very aggressively this game. He played forward attack, and not paying off there as No Maiden sunk that one. Durability hitting the crossbar. And I just got to say, No Maiden, I think his biggest thing tonight was his clinical, his clinicality. Is that a word?
Sure, why not? Let's go with it.
Clinicality, his clinicalness. And he just looked like whenever he was in front of goal, he was going to knock it in. And sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah, but up until game, I mean, it really did look like there, No Maiden, not one of his most glorious goals, but effective nonetheless. What a touch in there. And I feel like XP lost that series rather than Viola kind of winning. I mean, they will feel like this was a loss.
No, they would indeed. They came out so strongly, and with the way that No Maiden was playing tonight, you would have thought that they would have had this one in the bag. But it must be said that well done to DSQ for pulling that one back, because on any other night, XP would have taken that.
And this is the second tier in which DSQ find themselves top of the table, and we're going to have a quick chat with Chaos from DSQ Viola to get a sense of how that all panned out for them. So Chaos, are we going? I think we'll get to Chaos in a moment. Yes, we are here. Hey Chaos, how you doing?
I'm good, and you, man?
So yeah, interesting series. It felt to me like XP had the upper hand for most of that, but you guys hung in there and came out with the draw. And as far as the standings go, a draw for you is kind of like a win. A draw for XP is kind of like a loss.
Yeah, pretty much.
And what has been, I don't know if you has there been a key thing for you guys, because you've performed very well over the course of the season, finishing top of the log. Has there been one or two things that you believe have kept you guys there?
I think just sort of knuckling down back to the basics, focusing on rotations more than solo and mechanical plays has really solidified us as a team. Working together.
Sorry, carry on. I didn't want to interrupt you there.
No, yeah, I think just working together, synergizing with my teammates and with each other has just, I think, give us that little edge.
So you finish the league with 7 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. A phenomenal record, a win percentage. Well, as of the start of the series, a win percentage of 71%. That will. It'll probably stay the same given the fact that it's a draw. So now you look forward to playoffs. You'll be playing next Tuesday, and do you believe? And it's one of those obvious questions, but do you believe you can take this form into playoffs and cap it off with a victory?
No, I think we'll bring an improved form into playoffs. Working on the mistakes from today's game, just ironing out the last edges, I think we'll be a completely different team by playoffs.
And as far as I know, Amiru and iFlyAware, those are reunion players, right?
Yes, that's correct.
And how's the communication been? Because that's always, I mean, the reunion guys are so awesome, and they bring such a dynamic to our Rocket League. But communication can be a challenge because English people are notoriously lazy. But how has that been?
As if I was playing with native English speakers. They're both extremely fluent. They both speak constantly throughout the game. It just works.
That's amazing, and it's so good to see. And Amiru in particular seemed to have a very good series tonight.
Yes, definitely. I think nerves got to us a little bit in the first 2 games, but a few jokes here and there brought the mood back up, and we managed to swing things.
Yeah, for me, I think a critical win. I mean, XP were looking good in game 2. They had the lead. You guys equalized late, and then took a very quick overtime goal to take the victory. And that for me was a massive turning point, because I think if XP take game 2, you guys struggle to find the draw after that.
Yes, I think also just it stops that disappointment from sinking in. So it was a big turning point for us in the series.
Well, awesome stuff, and congratulations on tonight. Even though it was just a draw, but over the course. Oh, I beg your pardon. You know what? I'm so convinced that a draw for you is like a victory. I've said you finished the league with 7 series wins. That's not, in fact, the case. It's 6 series wins, 2 draws, but just the 1 loss. But a fantastic season for your team, for Viola, and of course the franchise DSQ. And now, in theory, it's just 2 more series, 2 big series, best of 7s now. Do you think that's going to be make a difference? The whole season you've played 4 game series, and now in playoffs you got 2 best of 7s to get through. Is that a big difference, do you think?
I think it's a big difference, but in a much better way, because we don't have to focus so much on, say, the first 2 games to ensure that we get a draw at least. It gives us a lot more leeway to just stay calm, stay relaxed, and play the rest of the series out.
All right. Well, Chaos, congratulations. It's been a pleasure having you on, and good luck in the playoffs next Wednesday.
Thank you very much, GB.
Cheers, man.
Cool. Cheers.
All right. Always. Hey, look, it's Rhino.
Who saw that coming?
Hello, Rhino.
Hello.
Good to have you back, and very cool to have a new face on the stream for the first time. Chaos from DSQ. I find it enormously satisfying to kind of put faces to all the names.
Yeah, and I thought he spoke very, very well as well. A very good interview from Chaos, talking very sensibly, and that's going to shut down our 3rd series of the night, which means by my maths, Grey Beard, there's only 1 more left.
There is only 1 more left, and the only thing you and I have to work out is which one of us is going to be the hype person, because I feel this could get out. I feel like this could get out of control really quickly.
I say we let the chaos happen. I say we just let the hype happen for this brilliant game between Dynasty Queens and Unitox Montbéliard. As we have a look at this season standings here in Elite, you can see Queens at number 6, Montbéliard at number 8. Unfortunately, Montbéliard are already not going to be making it through to the play-ins. Queens are not locked, though. They need to win this game 3-1 to shut out the Rawlers, and then they will have confirmation that they will be seen next week. But Greybeard, it's going to be a tough test against the Unitox side, who are growing each week.
Yeah, look, I mean, Queens have their fate in their hands. If they go out there and sweep, well, then they're sitting pretty. But I think there's 3-1, but other results have to go one way or the other. There's a bit of mathematical chaos that is to happen here. But of course, I'll be rooting for Dynasty in the most impartial way I possibly can. And there is the Dynasty roster: Chase, Rabbit, Tim Tam, and Falcon.
Yeah, good, very good Dynasty side. As we look ahead, 3-4-1, only lost 1 series all season. That will stand them in very good stead moving into next week if they were to make it. Though I have just checked in chat, Greybeard, and the official Unity Twitch channel has said casters in for a surprise. So I don't know what that means, Greybeard, if I'm being honest.
Listen, it could mean anything from Montbéliard don't show up to an absolute chaos and they sweep it the other way around. So we'll see how it pans out. But then over on the other side, on the Unitox side, Montbéliard, Mexi, Sponsor Bobas, Hecky Gaming, and Lil Moose. Now, Lil Moose is a high school coach, and Mexi and Sponsor Bobas are high school players. And in fact, they faced off in the high school championships grand final just over a month ago. But they come out here tonight as teammates to wave the flag for Unitox.
Yeah, and they need to wave it pretty damn hard right now, Greybeard, because Unitox have not had the best season. 2-0-6. As you see at the bottom, 10 wins, 22 losses, and the second worst goal difference in the league, -37. So they're coming in here with a point to prove. They want to make it very, very clear that they weren't here to just make up the numbers. They want to upset Dynasty Queens tonight. They want to get that Game 9 victory and maybe just cause a little bit of chaos going into the deciders for the play-ins. And I think they've got a very good chance of doing that.
Absolutely. Let's go and spoil the party. Let's go and make it unpleasant and uncomfortable for everybody else. And while we make a point, but every game I'm an eternal sweat in Rocket League. It doesn't matter the circumstance. I sweat everything, even casuals. I'm sweating. So that's what I'd like to see from Montbéliard, and hopefully, Unity. I hope we do get to see a surprise. I want to see a close series. As much as I'd love for my own franchise to do very well here, I'm a fan of Rocket League first.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. We have seen some fantastic series tonight, and this will be no different. I imagine Unitox are going to put their best foot forwards. Dynasty Queens will also be trying to secure that play-in spot. Could be fireworks the 2 days after Bonfire Night. Actually, that doesn't mean anything to you, South.
No, it
South
does. We do, Guy Fawkes. So we take any excuse to set off fireworks. Don't you worry about that.
and they say English culture stole a load of stuff. As we start moving forwards with Chase, send this one into the far corner. Dynasty Queens taking on Unitox. Montbéliard first goal, maybe no. Wabbit does go wide. This one's going to be cleared by Amexi.
Clever rabbit was a wide rabbit. Oh my word. That was a fantastic flip reset. It just gets repelled at the last moment, but a positive start here from Montbéliard.
Certainly is, and I think this is the player they were talking about, Voodinho. Not seen him before, didn't see him in the roster section, maybe a free agent pickup.
That's Voodoo. I'm sure that's Voodoo,
sorry.
Isn't it? Must be. No, Voodinho. He's calling himself, but that's Voodoo, the Unity GM. Oh, that's the surprise!
Unity GM, that's the surprise. There you go.
I'm slow, but I get there eventually. Voodoo out on the pitch.
It is the Unity GM who is taking to the field, and it will be Hecky on that far side. Trying to get this one going, Chase.
Montbéliard playing with 2 EU players.
Is that right? Amexi and Voodoo?
Voodoo and Hecky are playing out of EU, so they'll have the... Oh, my word, and he's in the battle bus. What is going on out there?
Okay, well, you know how we said Unitox, Montbéliard were going to put their best foot forwards? I think what's actually happening is they're just going out into this server to have a bit of fun. Greybeard, they're just going to end this season with a little bit of a fun game, and why not? They've earned it.
And you know what? That's the best position to be in, and it is the absolute worst, because you couldn't have a more diametrically opposed approach to the game. Montbéliard out there to have some fun, just enjoy themselves. Queens are going to be full sweat, looking. They want to sweep. Every win here is really important to them. So and when you got a team that's like, whatever happens, they can be the worst to beat.
They can be so dangerous, but it's going to be Chase to get the first goal of the game. Firing in below the Montbéliard defense. And that is a nice finish as well. A lot of boost goes below Hecky. And will find the Dynasty Queen's first goal. And that will be a nerve settler, I would suggest, Greybeard. They're now gonna start to work into the game. Their first goal is in, and now they can start to just lay off a little bit. A little bit of relaxation.
Yeah, you start to breathe and go like, okay, guys, so, all right, we got ourselves a lead. Now we can just focus on being pretty solid about our Rocket League. And I know Rabbit they've been focusing on, there we go. That's going to be goal number 2. Tim Tam this time. And that'll get Popcorn very happy in the chat, who will be here supporting Tim Tam. But they've been focusing a lot of Queens on just doing the basics, like not chasing boost when it's going to put you out of position, just being solid, rotating back, focusing on communication. And now that they got the 2-goal lead, they can really just hammer it home with solid Rocket League, especially if this goes in. But Battle Bus will be there first.
Oh, it's a gorgeous car as Voodoo now on the left-hand side, cleared away by Tim Tam. Also, oh, hang on, that's an interesting pinch. Chase has to get across and will. I think this is true, that this is the first game this evening where we have not seen a single captain take to the field. We may have a GM. Do not have captains. Lil Moose and Falcon, neither on the field. And I think that is for the first time tonight. So for the first time this stream, no captains on the field. GM, but hang on a moment. A goal back from Montbéliard, and it will be a Mexi finding the finish.
Yeah, but thanks to this demo play here, the battle bus absolutely causing havoc, and it was a Mexi. And I'm pretty sure for the first time this season, I don't think, have we ever seen a GM and a GM on the pitch?
Oh, good question.
With Voodoo and Hecky. It's like, it's a management takeover.
Certainly is, and not the kind that means you lose your job at the end of it. As it's now going to be Chase moving forwards. Challenged immediately by Hecky on the right-hand side, picked up by Rabbit, who now will try and challenge. Does get that clearance. 1 minute 20 left in game number 1. Dynasty Queens currently 2-1 up. That's a lead from Rabbit. Not going to find anything. Chase gets an interception, and if they can keep this ball in this half for another minute, then Queens will have taken their first step towards locking in play-ins. But Belliard, they're going to try and break this vice grip that the Queens have on the game at the moment.
Yeah, and it would be, you feel this game 1 win is really, really important for the Queens. I think it sets them back terribly if they lose here, whereas Montbéliard, they're not going to stress too much about it. And Queens have set themselves up for it. They've just got to see out the last 40 seconds. Oh, no! Oh! It was almost an own goal saved by the Queens. Oh, what a calamitous series of events.
And that can be one of the reasons you do not want to just go in and play for a bit of fun. Finish from Chase, bottom right-hand corner. No signs of an own goal with that one. That is just a wonderful shot positioning. Sees where Voodoo is, knows to put it in that bottom right corner, and the aquarium fills the goal for the third for the Queens and what should be a game 1 victory.
Yeah, goal number 3. That should put the kibosh on it for Dynasty Queens in this opening game. And, okay, so just in case the kibosh was not there, Tim Tam will get his second.
Yeah, a nice one from Tim Tam as well. So just taking it off the bonnet of Chase and being able to finish low. And is that a team hat trick? Chase, Tim Tam, and Rabbit? Ooh, I don't know if Rabbit scored.
No, Rabbit. I'm pretty sure Rabbit scored. Well, we're going to see a score. We're going to see a scoreboard pretty soon, one way or the other. So with a 3-goal lead and 6 seconds to go, Queens will indeed do what they set out to do. Take game 1, and why not make it a 5-1? Sort of pad up that goal difference a little bit as well while they're about it.
Very, very important. And I have realized that is Tim Tam's hat trick. Chase has got 2, so Rabbit has not scored in this game 1. It is not a team hat trick, sadly, but 5-1 to the Queens is going to do wonders, as you say, for their... Hang on a moment. Surely not. That one does drop. A cheeky kickoff attempt from the Queens will result in nothing, and Dynasty do take game number 1 in a 5-1 fashion. Unitox Montbéliard not taking things too seriously, just playing for a bit of fun, whereas Dynasty Kings, they still desperately need this victory, this series win, and you can see right there on the stats, they are working hard to get it.
Yeah, they're definitely the hungry of the two, because they have to be. So much more on the line for them, and that was a very convincing win in the end. It was fairly even for a long period during the middle of that game, but a fantastic finish, fantastic last 90 seconds or so. 5-1, a good, solid, comfortable win for the Queens.
Yeah, as I mentioned, that's going to be one to settle all the nerves. They're not going to be concerned now about playing on stream in this week 9 in this high-pressure situation. They are now going to fully accept that they're in this series, and they know they can at least win game number 1. They know they can score a lot of goals, so there's going to be no more qualms, no concerns about whether they're, whether it's their night, whether they're switched on for this series. All of that goes away now. So I'm sure we will see Dynasty go strength to strength. I would like to see Unitox Montbéliard step it up a little bit, but we'll see if they do in this game number 2 as we kick things off.
And it's a little rough for the Queens, because even if they sweep here, it'll only put them tie with Delta Force, who's ahead of them, and Delta Force still have to play. So Queens will want to sweep here, and then hope that the Rawlers will sweep Delta Force?
Not quite, because the Queens are currently in 6th, right? So that they would have to fight Delta Force for 5th. 6th place still gets into the play-ins. So
No, fair enough.
They don't have to go up. They just have to not go down, and they'll be in.
That's fair.
That's
fair. We don't have to go up, but we can't go down.
Exactly.
All right. Well, the opening 45 doesn't see any action, and nearly Rabbit looking for the demo play, but it's going to result in a goal. Tim Tam will open game 2 the way he closed out game 1.
And that is a wonderful finish as well. Defense dealt with by Rabbit, and that will be Dynasty Queens taking the lead 1-0 in the first minute of play in game number 2. Start looking at who will be the next goal scorer, because if Unitox are able to get something here, there is still a chance to talk about this game number 2 as a contest. Rabbit across, he cleared away for the moment by Amexi. Chance for Voodoo now to find a pass inside. Heki gets up, pushes it into the corner, the safest place for the ball to be if you're of the Unitox persuasion, as this one goes back into the middle. 3 minutes 40 left. Queens pretty confident about just keeping this ball in Unity's half.
Man, they are struggling. They just can't get it out. And Mexi there tries, but between a demo and dispossession, and now finally they get it. Oh, it's over the halfway line and over.
Oh, they've done it.
Into the Queen's half, and now the demo is going to bring it down. That's heading towards an open net. Chases up. He doubles it, puts it wide, and it's cleared.
Back past the halfway line, but it's immediately put back from whence it came. Tim Tam drops this one down. Chase has gone back for boost. Oh, he needs to be very careful about that one. Good save by Chase. And Dynasty Queens cannot drop their guard for even a second in this game, because otherwise it could get out of hand. Heki, nice backflip, but we'll leave this one to a Queens player as Rabbit on the right-hand side tries to get the ball in. It's missed by both players. Heki clears past one. And Tim Tam's pushed a little too far up as well, so maybe Montbéliard will be able to get some aggression. They will! It is saved, and the second shot should be saved as well. Not enough power in that shot, but a good attack, a good aggression from Montbéliard.
And what they've done well is that they were under pressure for so long. Somehow they kept it out, and never mind. Tim Tam's on the case. And, he's going to get his second. He's chasing his second hat-trick with his second goal here. And the point I was trying to make about Unitox keep withstanding pressure for a long period and then getting it out and putting pressure on their own is all undone by the fact that they've conceded a second.
Yeah, Tim Tam, that one was as smooth as the little cream that goes in between the biscuits on a Tim Tam. It was lovely from himself, as now Rabbit gets across. Gonna find that one to go. Chase onto the left-hand side. We'll have Tim Tam inside, looking for that hat-trick. Scored one in the first game, looking for his hat-trick in this one. It maybe should have stuck around the goal line there. Unitox made a bit of a pig's ear of that one. Chase looks for the shot. It will go beyond a recovering Imexi. And 3 goals to the Dynasty Queens. They are rolling.
Yeah, Rabbit with the pass and the follow-up bump sets up Chase to get his first out here in game 2. And they are looking good. They're looking very, very solid, and doing their cause the world of good. And let's remind ourselves of the fact that it's not just the league battle or in the elite tier. Dynasty is also chasing DSQ down for top franchise, and I think 5 or so games behind. So they will want to close up as much of that as possible.
Yeah, they absolutely will, as now this one cleared away by Amexi. Amexi does get past another one. Tim Tam doesn't have a lot of boost to work with, so just pushes it over to the side. Just over a minute left. This ball cleared a long way back into the Unitox half, and Heki in around with this one. Wabbit demos him, and now Tim Tam tries to come through, but a double commit from Amexi and Voodoo is enough to clear this one away, as Amexi does get demoed as well. A bit more aggression coming out from the Dynasty Queens, and they look to make it even worse for Unitox at this moment.
And Mexi hanging in there with the battle bus, gets to clear. Rabbit yet to have his opening goal. All the glory's been with Chase and Tim Tam, And but Rabbit has been instrumental with his setup plays, his aggressive plays, demo plays, and I wonder if we'll get to see Falcon during the course of this series. Does he come on and have a game or two?
I don't know. I would want them to have locked in play-ins first. Nothing against Falcon, just this team are absolutely rolling right now, and you wouldn't want to leave anything to chance. So maybe
Falcon will be benched for the same reason I get benched.
Hey, listen, I wouldn't even like to speculate on what reason you get benched, Greybeard. Okay? I'm going to skip that one and move on as Dynasty take the victory 3-0. Very comfortable for them. Unitox not putting up the most difficult of challenges tonight, but you have to say the aggression coming out from Dynasty was very impressive in that game too.
And they've improved their goal difference to the tune of 7 over the course of the last 2 games. Chase taking down MVP, followed very closely, 15 points separating them, 13 points separating, 23 points separating them, Tim Tam and Chase, and Rabbit supporting there. 2 good victories by the Dynasty Queens. Unitox, on the other hand, having the time of their life, but finding themselves 2 games down in the series.
Having a lot of fun. Having a lot of fun. But unfortunately, yes, they are heading towards a series defeat. Of course, Dynasty have locked in minimum of a draw. And what else does that mean they have locked in? Brawlers, if they were to get a sweep, would only be on the same number of game wins as the Queens. So 1 more game win for Dynasty would be enough to send them through into next week. And if they continue playing the way that they currently are, Greybeard, that should be absolutely no problem at all.
It shouldn't be, but Unitox will still be trying to sort of ruin the party and send everybody home early, call the police for the music being too loud or whatever the case is. And they still have the opportunity to do that. And on the Dynasty Queen side, they've got to lock in. This is a dangerous moment. That third game when you're feeling comfortable, you're looking good, you take your eye off the ball just a little bit. So they will want to lock in and push very hard from here.
See if they will. Tim Tam on the right has been the goal scorer for the Queens tonight. Hat-trick in the first, 2 in the second. There's now Chase down the right-hand side. Won't be able to get past more. Hecky sends it clear. Vulcan is taking to the field, though, Greybeard. You called for it. Vulcan is now, replacing Rabbit on the Dynasty Queens. So we'll see if that was the right answer. Tim Tam with the wonderful chip shot from the corner. Placement out the wazoo, 1-0.
Yeah, that's shockingly filthy, and I hope Popcorn will insist that Tim Tam take a shower before he turns in for the night, because that was filthy.
Absolutely. As is looking for another one is Tim Tam. That one goes off the backboard, and he's really feeling it tonight, Greybeard. You can tell when a player is like, give me the ball, I will score. That is Tim Tam tonight right now.
Yeah, pretty much like No Maiden for the Climbers, although that only got them as far as a draw, but you felt like he was feeling it. And for a while, Ender, all the way back in our first series of the night, who had a blind of a series.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic game he had as this one onto the far side off the corner. It's going to be Hecky trying to make this clearance. Go down the line, Chase to turn. Oh, brings it under his spell beautifully. Now has one to face up, tries to get past Voodoo, fakes him out. He can't find the finish. Oh, Greybeard, I saw another one for my show reel happening right in front of me, and he takes it away.
Yeah, that play from Chase, it was somewhere between a shot and a pass, and landed up being not quite either of them.
Devastating. Absolutely devastating. Falcon sends that clear. Of course, Queens looking to defend this lead that they have. Voodoo will drop this one back, but it's not going to make it all the way to Hecky. Does get the 50. That one might find its home. Chase making a fantastic recovery save. And Montbelliard almost got on the board there, but for some incredible defense from Chase.
Banger of a save from Chase. Another one of the OGs of the SSA region. He's been playing Rocket League for a good 7 or 8 years. He's played in RLCS. He's sort of doing more grown-up things these days, but it's a delight to see that he keeps his hand in with Rocket League and doing great work out here for the Queens.
Absolutely. Voodoo for a teammate. Big clearance. That might just find its home, but Heki will push it away for safety. Maybe it's not safe. Chase says, doesn't matter the angle, I will still be able to score. Heki thought he'd pushed it over to the side, out of arm's reach. But no, Chase is there to follow it in and chase it down 2-0.
From that position, it was fantastic because it wasn't even a tight angle in the end. I mean, by the time it went in, he actually had loads of space. I mean, fantastic shot from where he was. And now with the 2-goal lead, they should now have this on lock. And Unitox, I'm sure, still looking to have some fun out there. But eventually you're like, yeah, you know what? This party needs to end. Can we wrap this up now? I'm not sure if they've reached that stage yet. But you do reach a point where you're like, okay, I'm not sure I'm having as much fun as I was at the beginning.
Yeah, it could be the case. This Chase now takes this one away. Heki can't win that one. Falcon might be given a chance. That one's going to be off the backboard either way. No, actually, maybe it was finding the goal. Mexi being credited with a save. Tim Tam drops it down. Voodoo sends it over to the right. Chase gets something on it. It's not enough. Voodoo might take a shot here away by Falcon. Back in by Mexi. Chase takes it away from Tim Tam, and now no one is back in defense for Queens. Maybe they don't need it. Chase takes this forwards. It might drop. It will be sent clear once again by Mexi, who's been fantastic defensively since being called upon. 1 minute 20 left. Queens still not really looking like they're in any danger of losing this game or the series.
No, they haven't looked like they've been in trouble at any point. But I'm just sort of keeping half an eye on the goal difference here. They've improved their goal difference by 9 so far in this series, which means it's gone from 15 to 6, putting them right behind Critical Force. So that's that. In addition to winning all the games, that'll make them feel extra good.
It will. They really needed to as well. This one cleared away by Voodoo. 40 seconds. Big demo from Chase means that this Montbéliard attack will not really have any teeth. Chase now flips forward, just trying to play the 50. Plays the 50 very nicely as well. No boost to speak of. Chase continues to be a nuisance. Down the right-hand side. It's into the middle. Voodoo helps it out. It's Falcon! He's taken to the field to replace a goalless Rabbit. And in the end, he pulls one out of the hat. 3-0 for Dynasty Queens.
Some call him a clever rabbit. Rhino calls him a goalless rabbit. Falcon gets himself onto the scoreboard, a 3-goal lead, and I completely messed up the Queens' goal difference there. I thought they were on a negative goal difference. They're not. They were on 16. They're now on 26, which is tied with Darkness in 3rd place.
Yes. Maybe more. Hang on a moment. Tim Tam goes by, but Chase follows in. Can pretty much guarantee you now that is a team hat-trick taking place. Everyone on the Queen's side getting on the board. Voodoo, fantastic initial save. Just didn't have any support at the end, and with 5 seconds left, it's a goal party for the Dynasty Queens, 4-0, and they look to roll on.
Well, they are doing exactly what was required of them, is get out there, win as many games as possible, preferably a sweep, which is good for them in the league, securing their play-ins position, but also good. Is that going to be another? Denied by 4 pixels, 4 pixels away from yet another goal. But it is Dynasty, 3-0 and 1 game to go.
That's so rude, game. How do you not just allow that one? Either way, look at Chase, 615 on the game, 2 goals, 2 assists, 5 shots, and a save to boot, as well as being a demo king, which I know, Greybeard, you would be very, very fond of.
And my biggest disappointment of this entire RSC has been my lack of impact as a demo main. So great work from Chase. MVP for the 2nd game in a row. So Dynasty Queens just 1 game away from completing the sweep and doing their play-in chances the world of good, and padding that goal difference magnificently at the same time.
Well, I can tell you now, Greybeard, with that third victory, Dynasty Queens will be in play-ins next week. That is locked in. They needed to win by a minimum of 3, or win with a minimum of 3 wins. They have done that tonight. So, unfortunately, they remove any chance for the Rawlers to try and get ahead of them, try and get above them in the standings. And that is going to do it. So, we now know our play... Well, we know the teams that are the top 6. We don't know our play-ins and playoffs teams just yet. And there is still more Rocket League to be played here to try and give the Queens the best chance they possibly can. They are chasing down a 32-goal difference, because if they do better than that tonight, if they get more goals than that tonight, they are still in with a shout of playoffs directly, I believe, mathematically.
Yeah. That would be amazing. I mean, they're on 27 now, so they're second in the league goal difference wise. So they'd need to win this by 5. So they're looking for a 5. Well, then they would be equal, preferably 6. Then that's a tough ask, but why not?
Why not? And Chase is gonna get things underway in this game number 4. And I have just realized I have lied to the people. I do apologize. DSQ will be playing the Prowlers, who are both on 21 game wins. So one of those two is at least going to get 4 extra points, which means they will not be able to give Queens a chance of getting into the playoffs proper. But in order to get as high a seeding as possible, that goal difference cannot be scoffed at. They need as many goals as they can get to get that better seeding for the play-ins.
All right, well, a minute in, they've got the 1-goal lead so far. And Montbelliard have only scored 1 goal this entire series. So if they are shut out in this game, it'll mean Queens were 1 goal off a perfect series. And there's goal number 2 for Chase.
Nice work from Chase as well. Gets the initial shot, has enough boost to follow that one round. Voodoo not in the right spot to challenge. And he will finish into an empty net. Dynasty Queens... what is it? 1 minute and 15 gone in game number 4. They want their stats padded. They want their goal difference as high as it can be. And I promise you that will do them the world of good with the games that are left in Elite Tier. So they will want even more. And I do not imagine they will let off the gas anytime soon.
Oh, and so far, so good. A goal a minute is pretty much what they're after here, if they can find it. But Voodoo wants to go out in a blaze of glory. He can't find it. He did say, apparently, according to Hecky, he's turning on his monitor. It hasn't made the world of difference yet, but there is the hat trick for Chase. 3rd for Chase, 3rd for Dynasty Queens. Goal difference is now 30.
Yeah, the requirement was goal difference boosted, and I tell you what, Chase is on the case. He's got 3 goals in this one, and he's playing incredibly well. With 3 minutes still to be played, I might be putting on my sunglasses by the end of this one, Greybeard, as we might be going on a trip either to Brazil or potentially Barcelona, though that would require Montbelliard to score. And as this game goes on, hang on a moment, don't let me eat my words here.
Hecky, he's smashing ankles, and Montbelliard get a 2nd for the series.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know what? Just as I'm about to make a point that Montbelliard don't look like scoring, you go and score. Yeah, okay, Cast a Curse is real. That is insane.
Back that point away.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. We'll bring that out another time. There's Tim Tam now looking to try and recover. Hang on a moment, maybe a 2nd for Unitox here. They're pushing forwards. That's going to waterfall. Falcon will be able to send it clear. Hecky trying to get this one going. Not going to do so. Into the corner from Amexi. And now Voodoo takes it off his bonnet. Hang on a moment. Chase has been given the whole run of the pitch. But he does get challenged eventually. And 2.5 minutes gone. 2.5 minutes to play. Dynasty Queens 3-1 up. But Montbelliard, they are showing a little bit more signs of life in this game than they have done so far this series.
Yeah, this is the most awkward we've seen the Queens, where they've had to defend and they haven't looked completely on top of things and haven't been able to get the ball out of their half for any long period. Amexi gets the flip reset, can't find an advantageous position, a shooting position for himself and or a teammate, but they are still in attack. bouncing down awkwardly. Sean Falcon kind of gives it away, and that was a great opportunity for transition. They don't take it, and Montbelliard will bring it right back.
Well, now that's a chance, and we'll go begging for the moment as Heki trying to beat Tim Tam in the air and does win the 50 just about. Falcon looking to pass this back to Chase. Good bump onto Voodoo to try and stop the attack. That's great work from Chase as well. Gets past one, gets past two, alleviates all the pressure. Good work from the Dynasty Queens as this ball drops down. It's going to be a Mexi. Take it around the side. Falcon onto the ceiling. Chase just misjudges it. And now Heki might have a chance. Tries for the reset, flips the wrong way. Just over a minute left. Unitox still need a little bit more, and the Queens obviously do not have as much pressure on them to win this game as they have done previously. Still, as we've already mentioned, padding that goal difference would be good. It's not 100% a necessity, and they can play with a little bit of freedom, and it looks like they are doing great.
They are, and to be fair to Montbelliard, this has been, without a doubt, their best game of the series so far. They've had meaningful periods of pressure on the Queen's net. They have got the one goal. They'll be looking for another, and just to irritate things, it would be great. They'd love to take this to overtime, just to stretch it out for the Queens, but it doesn't look likely, although they are moving into an attacking possession. And now a shot from Heki is going to be cleared.
Yeah, but maybe not. Heki's following in again, looking to go low, I think, trying to play the 50. Cleared by Chase, that's on target. Voodoo has to make that save and does. Chase keeps it up, looks to bring it around, and there's a chance. It's at the near side. Not going to find it. Hang on a moment! Chase, the goal machine, continues to impress in front of net. Tim Tam couldn't finish, but that turn by Chase is gorgeous. Imexi couldn't get across, and it's 4-1.
It's going to be a bit of a race for MVP, a series MVP between Chase and Tim Tam. They've both had bangers. Tim Tam wants to get himself just get his nose in front of Chase for series MVP. Gets the 0-second goal, so all the glory doesn't fall to Chase. That's a 4-goal win for Dynasty. They take it down in a sweep, did the best possible job they could do for themselves. And it's quite something to double your goal difference in your league goal difference in one series.
Yeah, you don't see that very often. Well, except for maybe weeks 1 and 2, where the goal differences aren't huge. But yeah, this late in the season, that certainly is very, very strange. By the way, Unitox won the field domination battle, so a victory they can take as they move into an off-season before RSC 4. But here are some highlights from this game, and as we said, here is one of the only 2 goals that Unitox were able to score. It was a Mexi finishing that one off, but everything else was all to do with the Dynasty Queens.
Yeah, and we're watching highlights here, and it's pretty much the Tim Tam Chase highlights as they duke it out for series MVP. Who's your money on there, Rhino?
I think Chase did enough in the last couple of games. I think Tim Tam was close. I think for my money, Chase has probably got more points across the entire 4 games. But I tell you what, it is going to be very, very tight between them.
Yeah, I think you might be right. And Tim Tam a little quiet, especially in that last game. Certainly far quieter than he was there. And there we see another Chase goal out on Deadeye Canyon, and then finishing things up on Wasteland. There we go. Chase scoring 4 goals in this game, and what a game that was for him. Here he comes for his second. And yeah, it was a scoring parade.
Here's one of the goals, or the other goal from Unitox, and then this finish from Chase is just gorgeous. Once again, the turn and the awareness of where to put that ball is so impressive. And yeah, I think Dynasty Queens got the job done is how I would refer to that result. They absolutely showed up. They did what needed to be done. It was a professional job, and they're walking out here with a huge goal difference and a real chance at improving their standing in the table.
And yeah, and it could have been very awkward for them. I mean, we made the point at the start that Unitox are out there having a good time, and with really nothing to lose. Everything to lose was on the side of Dynasty Queens, and they knuckled down and did the job. They didn't let it get away from them. There was a short period of time in Game 4 where they were looking awkward, and where we weren't sure if they were going to pull it off, or where they might sort of crumble there, but got back on it. Chase got on the case, as chat has been saying all night, and made sure put that Game 4 on lockdown.
One specific person, shout out Popcorn, of course, but no, I thought Chase was excellent, and I thought all of the Dynasty Queens team showed up. Actually, Falcon coming in Game 3 as well. I thought he played well. I thought Rabbit played well. Who I believe we might have a word with in a moment. So, yeah, Dynasty Queens needed that momentum boost going into play-ins next week. They couldn't have asked for more.
All right, well, let's speak to the Rabbit. The Rabbit is going to come in and give us an accounting of Queens' season and their outlook for play-ins and playoffs. A clever Rabbit. Well, welcome in to the booth. You must be very satisfied with that result.
Oh, extremely satisfied. Yeah, what can I say? We played some really good stuff, really fundamental stuff that we just stuck to, and didn't let it go to our heads when we were on top. We just stayed there and did our job.
And you and Falcon sort of playing support roles. I mean, doing very, very important work. But my goodness, Chase and Tim Tam, both of them popping off tonight, both of them having a fantastic series.
Oh yeah, no, they were exceptional tonight. Like the chemistry and the synergy they just had was phenomenal. In the scrims as well beforehand, they were just linking up and doing some crazy plays. It makes my job so much easier in Falcon too. We can just go under the radar and get a demo here or there, make sure everyone's got boost, and they'll do the rest, and they dismantled Unitox. Wow.
And then also having you're on the management side of Dynasty as well. So this 4-0 result also does your pursuit of DSQ at the top of the franchise standing the world of good.
Oh yes, definitely. Like, well, I mean, if you can say that, we were just trying to make sure we were getting into play-ins. This pretty much makes sure that we're there, so we're happy with that. DSQ, that team is dangerous, very dangerous. They played really well against us. That was our only loss in league play. So I'm looking forward to it. Going to study the replays, and that's going to be my favorite game if we manage to play them.
So that would be your preference in play-ins?
Oh, definitely. Like I think that is probably our bogey team, and we want to abolish those the jitters.
Oh, good man. Well, it was wonderful to see. Wonderful performance from everybody, in particular Tim Tam and Chase. Well done to them. Well done to you, Rabbit, and to Falcon for the job you guys have done. And we will see you next Wednesday for playoffs. First for play-ins, so you got a best of 5 to get through, and if you do get through that, then into the best of 7s. I asked earlier, Chaos, the difference between the four game series and a best of 7. Is there a different mental approach to the longer series?
I wouldn't say there's a different mental approach, but you need to manage your stamina a bit better, definitely. Especially if you're playing the play-ins to get into the playoffs, then it can be a long day, and if you just run out of steam, it's not always nice. So yeah, there is that side to it for sure.
All right, well, a clever Rabbit. Congratulations, great performance. We will see you next week. Good luck in the play-ins, and who knows, maybe we will be chatting to you again.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me, everyone.
No worries. Peace out, Rabbit.
Cheers.
And there we have it, ladies. We have evidence of one. So, lady and gentlemen, that will bring us to the end. Our last league play stream for RSC and SSA for season 3 has come to an end. And it's been a wonderful 9 weeks of league play. We have 4 playoff streams to bring you Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night. Starting with prospects on Monday, ending with Masters on Thursday. We will bring you all of that action, and now is probably a good time to once again say thank you very much to our sponsors, Nexa, who's giving us the prize pool, which we're finally going to be able to distribute in about a week's time once we know who all the winners are. And of course, our broadcast sponsor, who is Genesis Extreme, they have put in the yards this season for us to make sure that we bring high quality broadcasts to our to the entire community. So thank you very much. And don't forget, we're closing off orders for the RSC Season 3 t-shirt next week. We will then go to print once the season is over, and we'll collect up all the orders. So if you're still keen to have one of those, make sure you get in the order. And I do think that is going to wrap it up. We're going to go and raid someone. I don't know who yet, but stick around through the ads at the end and we will go and raid. But man, what a season it has been. Thank you to everyone, our team of talent, not just for tonight, but the guys who have shown up week in, week out to bring you all the action. And of course, Genesis Extreme. We have Daniel, we have Deploy putting in the hard yards behind the scenes, our match admin Heinchen, who is just fantastic at his job, herding the cats that are the players into their lobbies, making sure the games start on time. And then Q earlier in the season, Falcon, who did a bit of work as match admin, and everyone else who, the Bromeo, who and Falcon, who manage and run the RSC. It's no mean feat. It's a lot of hard work. So thank you to them. And of course, thank you to all the players who make it as wonderful as it is. But for me, grey beer to all of you. Peace. We're out. Stick around for the raid.
And what a shot from Kirika, taking that off the ceiling, underneath the ball, and straight down the middle.